Britain, 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They are a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
My God, big deep breath for me.
Pain coming back? Yeah. Wow, OK. Get you on the bed.
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a suspected case of meningitis.
The temperature is over 40 degrees, which is obviously very serious.
Paramedic Mark Hayes has his hands full.
I'm here to help you.
And Essex bike cops take on speeders.
Here we go, outside lane. This car, 106 miles an hour.
In Birmingham, the biker paramedics Mark Hayes and Steve Harris are parked up watching the annual half marathon. On the bike today, paramedic Steve.
We're on standby around the perimeter of the Birmingham half marathon. It's quite a big event for the city. I believe there's about 15,000 runners this morning. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. I wouldn't know, but I presume this is good running conditions.
Minor medical calls from the main race will be looked after by St John Ambulance volunteers. Mark and Steve are on hand to deal with serious emergencies, not only on the course, but everywhere else in the city as well.
Running is something that it's never appealed. That's why engines were invented, to stop me running.
So if you were racing, where would you put yourself at the moment? Casualty tent.
Probably at this point in the race, I would think I'd be sort of horizontal. Luckily, I've got a job. 2 and 2, Roger, received, over.
The Birmingham biker paramedics race to any emergencies on their Yamaha FJR 1300s, top speed 145. They carry everything an ambulance carries, and they're trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. The 999 call has nothing to do with the marathon. Police have found a man unconscious and covered in blood. But several roads have been closed in the city centre for the race. And even with the help of the runners, Steve's progress is slower than usual. The police received a call earlier, reporting a man lying motionless in the lobby of this apartment block.
Gone to the basement and found him splat out on the floor. Like, yeah. Oh my God. But
right,
he seems a lot better now. We've managed to wake him.
No one knows where he's come from.
OK. Just saying that you've just found him. And, yeah, have you had any response? Do we know who he is? Hello. Can I just have a look at your face? What do you remember? Nothing. Have you got any pain anywhere? Were you drinking last night? Did you have anything else other than drink? No pills? No cocaine? Nothing? I think in view of what's happened and the condition you're in, we ought to pop you down to the hospital. Was he on this sofa or was he...
He was on the floor.
He was on the floor out there. So. Right. Come on, mate. That's going to tell me about your pulse and your oxygen levels. I need to test your sugars and a little spot of blood. Hang on. How are you feeling? You all right? Do you remember where you went? Okay. You diabetic at all? No? All right, your blood sugars are a little bit low. What I want you to do is just to have some glucose gel off me. What happens if you've had a lot to drink, it takes the sugar out of your blood. So we need to put that back in. All this is sweet gel. All right? That's all blood. Most of it appears to have come from your mouth. I need you to eat this gel. That's it. It's horrible, isn't it?
Tastes like
Yeah. So because we don't know what's happened, I think we ought to pop you down to the casualty and get you checked over. No? Why is that?
I'm alright.
Well, you don't know that, do you?
I'm fine, man. Trust me.
Yeah?
I'm alright.
Well, instead of me trusting you, do you want to trust me? I'd be unhappy in just leaving you.
I'm alright, man. Seriously. I'm alright. I just need to have a cigarette. That's it.
But there's nobody in the flat with you.
They're all there.
Oh, they're all there.
Loads of them, man. There's about 20 of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, they're all my cousins and all related.
What flat's that?
The man says there are 20 of his friends in one of the flats,
Text that my phone, yeah, I can tell you.
but he doesn't know which flat.
Your phones are in your pocket. You look as though you've been fighting.
You know what? I'm the real here. I'm not a fighter.
All right.
Have you found the text which tells you which apartment you're supposed to be in?
The trouble is, I'm not going to leave you here on your own. I need to know that you're with somebody.
Do you want to tell us what's happened?
I don't remember. So if I did remember, I would have told you by now. But I don't remember, so... Nah, seriously, I don't know, man. I can't remember. If I did, yo, I'd be happy. I don't know nothing, man.
The man tries the door of an apartment, but it's not the right one.
I need a signature off you if you're not going to get a hospital, mate. I need you to come and sign this form. Well, the form's just in there. Yep, come in with me. This is saying that I'm advising that you should go to hospital and you're refusing. All right? Can you witness that,
Help,
please?
yeah? You get me, but thanks for your help.
No, it's okay, really.
You've been a good help, you get me?
All right.
Sound.
You're not running in the marathon today.
You know what, honestly, yeah, if I could run the marathon, I'd run it, but right now, my jaw's
don't
hurting so bad, yeah, I can't even do nothing.
I mean, when you see yourself in the mirror, you'll see. Somebody's thumped you. You do?
Whatever don't kill you, it makes you stronger, you realise this, innit? That's the thing, get me? I'm 20 years old and I'm quite strong right now, so that's alright.
What happened then?
If I could remember, I'd tell you, but I don't remember, so I'm not going to tell you, am I?
You're going to go through life not knowing what happened.
Can't remember it, you just remember, innit? Slowly, it's just one of them
It
things.
might come back to you, yeah. We would have preferred for him to go to hospital to get him checked to make sure, but he was going to have none of that. So the police are in attendance. We've left him with the police, and they'll carry on trying to find out what happened last night.
In Birmingham, the city's annual half marathon is in full swing. 15,000 people are beginning to flood into the finish area, having completed the 13-mile course. Paramedic Steve Harris is receiving an emergency call. One of the runners has collapsed at the finish line. During a race as long as this, runners are in serious danger of dehydration, overheating and exhaustion. Poorly prepared runners could suffer a heart attack or stroke as a result of the extreme exertion. The speed of Steve's response could be crucial. But the finish area is teeming with people. And with runners tired and dazed after the race, getting them to move out of the way is proving difficult. The runner may have hypothermia. As a precaution, he's been moved inside, wrapped in a foil blanket.
Is this your first race? No. So you used to running? Yep, just got cold. You normally fit and well? Silly question, I know. No problems today? No? Okay. And have you any pain at all, other than your expected aches? No. Right. Now you've been sitting here a little while, how are you feeling? You starting to feel better? Yeah? Warming up a little bit? Yeah? Okay. What's your name, by the way? Tom. Hello, Tom. I'm Steve. I'm one of the paramedics. All right. I want to do your temperature. All right, just pop your head. Temperature's up a little bit, but you're warming up. You feel cold inside?
Your hands do.
Your hands. So I don't think it's worth you going to hospital. All right, but I think, you know, just give it time. Just give you a little bit time to sort of come round a bit and get warm properly. He was in the main body of runners. He'd been standing around for almost an hour and he'd just become very, very cold.
A rapid drop in body temperature can initially cause disorientation, loss of coordination and blurred vision. Left untreated, hypothermia can be a killer.
The weather today, it's bright and sunny, but it is very cold. It's only about 8 degrees. As soon as they stop running, they start to lose heat very quickly. And the first thing the organisers do as they cross the finish line, they're given one of the foil blankets to wrap around them.
Yeah, I started just after 9. Did quite a good time, 1 hour 34. But I was hanging around a lot at the end and I didn't have any spare clothes, so I got very cold, unfortunately. I'm feeling a lot better. I've been looked after very well.
Most of the 15,000 runners have now finished, and Steve's job for the day is over. It's 7 a.m. at the Biker Cops HQ, and PC Steve Clements is about to begin the day shift. Clem has spent 14 years in the police after beginning his career in the forces.
I was in the Royal Air Force for 12 and a half years, and during that time I learned to drive everything. I can drive Arctics, tankers, buses, and the only license I haven't got is a motorbike. So I just got back from the Gulf War, and in '91 got my bike while I was living out in Germany, and been riding ever since. Today we're going to go to South End. It's part of the casualty reduction. So let's go down there, look for the usual offences of seatbelts, mobile phones, careless driving, anything we see really we'll deal with as we go along.
In Essex, more than 800 people are killed or seriously injured on the roads every year. The Casualty Reduction Unit was set up to bring down this number. The Southend seafront is notorious for speeders, but in the fight against the lawbreakers, Clem's got technology on his side. The laser speed gun sends a beam of light towards a vehicle, which bounces back to record its speed. Just the sight of one is enough to get drivers to put the brakes on. But it's not long before Clem has his first customer.
Pull over there, mate. Morning, sir. The reason I've stopped you is to talk to you about your speed. Speeding from this road is 30 miles per hour, okay? Use this latest device, point at the front of your vehicle, shows you doing 39 mile an hour and a 30 mile an hour limit, okay? Any reason why you're doing that today?
No,
Just?
probably talking.
Just talking. You mind jumping out so we have a quick chat? As you're aware, okay, speed limits are set there for a reason, okay, and the speed limit for this road is 30 miles an hour. By doing 9 mile an hour above the speed limit, you're already increasing your thinking and braking distance. If something happened, you've got to think longer and you've got to stop longer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a warning today where your speed, okay, because you're below the threshold that I'll be dealing with it. Yeah. But I need you to really understand, you know, take the warning on board rather than just I've been stopped by it was annoyance because I got stopped today. I need you to take on board the fact that the other elements that are involved, you really do need to concentrate on your driving. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
thank you very much.
Nice to meet you today then. Right, cheers.
He was lucky, caught by the camera, but let off with a warning.
As a police officer, you can use discretion on how you deal with speed. For this road, it's a nice wide open road, there's lots of parking spaces, but it's a 30 mile an hour limit. We're going to move on now. I've done a little bit check here. What I like to do is move about all around doing little spot checks everywhere so that the drivers then start to think, well, he's not always in the same place, so they get an idea that we're all over the place, even though it's just the one bike today.
Seafront patrol over, Clem moves on to cover the outskirts of town. He's approaching the turn to Southend Airport. In traffic, there's no high-tech gadget as useful to a motorbike cop as a sharp pair of eyes. Seated high on his bike, Clem spotted something. Incredibly, in the 2 seconds it took the van to pass him, Clem clocked the driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was reaching for his mobile.
As you was approaching me as I was turning right to the Southend Airport, yeah, okay, you picked your phone up, you saw me put it down.
Yeah,
So I spun around after you, yeah, to speak to you about that and for the fact that you weren't wearing your seatbelt, and as I come up behind you, you picked it up again.
Yeah, sorry.
You saw me and put it down, so you must be aware that it's an offence.
Yeah,
So why'd you pick it up again?
I had a message from the wife, so I wanted to ring her.
Right. There's no parking restrictions along there that would stop you from having a quick stop and, yeah, or even pull into Southend Airport. McDonald's is on that corner as well, you could have gone in there. Could have done it safely, okay? Could do it today by way of a fixed penalty ticket. Do you have a UK driver licence?
Yes, I do.
Oh, excellent, you got it with you. And do you have any points on your licence?
Should have it out as well. I'm not too sure, I don't think so.
But it is an indultable fine of 3 points and £60 fine for using your phone while driving.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
It is also a £60 fine for not wearing your seatbelt, but I'll give you a warning for that today.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's you, because you look nothing like the picture. So, when's it due? Oh,
Very soon.
yes. Actually, 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's run out.
I think we've sent off these forms because we got them sent through.
Right.
And we've sent them off.
Okay. It's not. You're still valid to drive till 2045.
Yeah.
It's just your photo that's run out.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
All right then.
Yeah, fair enough. Lovely.
So, also wear your seatbelt.
Yes.
Thank you for a nice blue top to make it so obvious that you weren't wearing it. Okay.
Yeah, no, fine. Okay.
And just because I've got eyes and I've got mirrors, I can still see you and turn around.
Very
and,
good.
well, that's the idea, right? Just because you seriously put it down, your ear's an offence, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right then.
Yeah, okay then.
All right. Thanks very much. Cheers then.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
The keen-eyed officers of the Casualty Reduction Unit have brought down the number of serious injuries on Essex roads by nearly 30% in 4 years. In Birmingham, the paramedics have received an urgent 999 call.
Yeah, we're going to a 5-year-old.
Oh,
Male, 5-year-old, conscious and breathing, sick. Temperature 40, rash on neck and headache.
A high temperature, rash and headache are all symptoms of one of the most feared childhood illnesses, meningitis. Meningitis can kill in less than 4 hours. Steve needs to get there as soon as possible. The address is 2.5 miles away. Steve covers it in less than 5 minutes. But finding the child's home isn't quite so simple.
ambulance?
I think we're wrong address.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Sorry to bother you.
It's all right then.
Steve's back onto control. They're trying to get hold of the 999 caller again. It's the right street, but the wrong house.
It's going to be upstairs. Hello. There you go, straight in. Hello. What's your name?
Zane.
Eh?
Zane.
Zane. And what's the matter? You're hot. All right, tell me what's happened, Mum.
Basically, I woke up yesterday with the temperature. His temperature was 40.
Yep.
He was complaining of headache and saying that his belly was hurting. and I left it. I'd give him paracetamol and ibuprofen to try and bring it down. All he's done is sleep. He ain't done nothing else. He won't eat nothing. He won't drink hardly. And the temperature's still there. It's not moving.
Normally fit and well?
Yeah.
Doesn't take medications, tablets, nothing unusual?
No.
Has he been taking Calpol today?
Yeah.
Can I just pop this in your ear? Do you know what it is? Yeah? Who said that? Ooh, she knows everything over there, doesn't she? It's 40.2. The temperature as measured is 40.2. So it's over 40 degrees, which is obviously very serious. Has he ever had anything like this before?
It did not as bad, but he had, it was just a normal cold I think he had last time, just a raised temperature. But it didn't stop him eating or nothing. But now it's because he's not eating.
Any sickness, anything like that? No?
Yeah, no, but he's only been to, he won't even go to the toilet, he's been once.
Did you hurt anywhere? Nothing hurting?
Yesterday he was complaining. Where was your head hurting? Yes, I showed him out.
I don't know.
He kept getting rashes all and then back on his legs as well.
Can I have a look at your tummy? Roll over. Come on. Come on. Let's have a look. Obviously, with the temperature being high and for so long, we're popping down the children's and get them to have a look at find out what's going on.
What? Do you look like Santa?
Do I?
Come on, soldier.
Steve hands Zane over to the care of the ambulance crew. At the hospital, he'll have a thorough examination to find out what's causing the fever and rash.
In cases of suspected meningitis, it's always right to seek help and advice. Meningitis has got fairly specific signs and symptoms. Stiffness in the neck, photophobia, where bright light is actually painful to the child's eyes, vomiting, very high temperature. I don't mean just warm, I mean a very high temperature, and just general lethargy. And the big one, which isn't always present, but that most people look for, is a rash, a non-blenching rash. You know, children and adults do die from meningitis. It's a nasty disease. You can't ignore it. You can't say, well, we'll leave it a few hours. Those few hours could be critical.
7 a.m, Essex Police Biker HQ. On patrol today, PC Martin Ackers. Before Martin can get on the road, it's time for some running repairs to his bike.
Rear tyre's getting a bit low on tread, really. Wet weather coming in today, meant to be, so put the bike in yesterday for a new rear tyre.
Today, Martin will be riding this unmarked police bike. It's a BMW K1200S, capable of over 170 miles per hour. Perfect for catching speeders. He'll be taking the bike on patrol on one of the county's busiest and most dangerous roads.
A12, main road, which runs through from London, really, through to Suffolk. The 12 and the 13 are our #1 roads, really, for, unfortunately, fatals. A high proportion of those types of crashes on those roads. There's a 3-lane section of road there. Tend to find that vehicles have been sort of held up a little bit on a 2-lane section, and then the road comes into this 3-lane section, and get quite a few drivers a bit frustrated, and they put their foot down, and been getting some high speeds down there. The fastest person I've actually recorded on the device is at 147 miles an hour. Unfortunately for me, but fortunately enough for that person, they were going the other way. And I couldn't get half after them, so they were very lucky that day. I've had a colleague, he recorded a motorcyclist at 150. That was on the A120. Here we go, outside lane. This car, 106 miles an hour.
To catch the car, Martin has to match its speed, nearly 110 miles an hour.
Reason why I've asked yourself to stop is you're travelling too fast for the road.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, you understand that, don't you? The maximum speed we can do for your vehicle on the A12 is 70 miles an hour.
Yes.
That's the fastest you can travel in this country. All right, checking the speed of your vehicle by a laser device.
Okay.
This is it. There's your recorded speed. 106 miles an hour. Yeah, 36 miles an hour over the speed limit. That's more than 50% over the speed limit. It's a high speed, isn't it?
Quite high, yeah.
Yeah? So what I'm going to say to yourself, you're going to be reported for travelling in excess of the permitted limit of 70 miles per hour. Any reason for the excess speed at all today?
Silly reason, but I'm going to auction, car auction in Colchester, so I'm a bit late.
You're running a bit late for the car auctions. What, you're selling or buying?
No, buying.
You're buying, are you? Right, okay. What time do they start?
10.
10 o'clock? Okay. I mean, you're coming down the outside lane of that 3-lane part of the A12. Somebody may be in the inside lane, catching up with someone, wants to overtake them, looks in the mirror, sees you, fair distance way back, but doesn't assess how fast you're travelling.
Okay.
They think that you're travelling 70-ish, They pull out and you won't have time to react.
I understand.
Yeah?
You're gonna get question.
Well, what will happen is that the matter goes to a magistrate's court hearing because it's a high speed. The actual guidelines for ourselves are anything up to 95 miles an hour, including 95 miles an hour, you could receive a fixed penalty notice, which means 3 points and a £60 fine. You're a little bit above that, to say the least. So the matter has to go to a magistrate's court hearing. It's down to the magistrate to make a decision as to what penalty should fit that speed. I'm not privy to their guidelines, so I don't know. All I can ask is please slow down. All right then, nice to meet you. Watch how you go. All the best to you. Absolutely ridiculous speed. What people don't realise is that when they're travelling those sort of speeds, 106 mile an hour, if you had 3 articulated lorries, end to end, you're talking in 120 feet there. If something were to happen in front of that motorist, he will travel the entire length of all 3 of those articulated lorries, and by the time he comes to the end of the last one, that's his thinking time. He is still travelling 106 miles an hour, and then he decides to put his brakes on, come off the throttle. By then, of course, the crash has happened and it's all gone wrong.
In Birmingham, paramedic Mark Hayes has just had his breakfast interrupted by an urgent 999 call.
Just enjoying the bacon.
A man's been seen lying motionless outside Birmingham's International Convention Centre. Mark is just a few hundred yards down the road. When he arrives, he finds a man far from unconscious.
Hello.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Me not right to you. Me know you fight with you.
No, you're not fighting with me.
I'm original gangster, dog. When I come, I rough. Right.
Come to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, what is?
5 pence.
You 5?
That's 5.
Okay.
Have you been drinking?
No, I telling you.
What's your name?
What is your name?
My name's Mark. What's your name?
Mashallah, put like that.
What's your name? Are you unwell in any way?
I tell you.
Are you hurt anywhere?
No.
Do you need an ambulance?
No, sir.
What are you going to do?
With you.
You're going with me?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
No.
Do you need to go to hospital at all?
No, sir. I'm everybody happy to you.
Pop your arms down.
No, sir.
Do you suffer with any medical conditions at all? Don't swear. Don't swear.
I no promise to
Don't swear.
Don't you?
Mark has seen this sort of patient before. He knows how quickly these situations could turn.
This is Makkah.
Paramedic, please, cameras.
He needs backup.
It's Centenary Square outside the ICC. IC4 male, we've been called out to. We can't treat him. You got any officers that can attend, please? He's obviously got alcohol problems, but he certainly isn't incapable, but he's abusive and aggressive.
But while Mark is on the radio, the man makes a bolt for the road.
Oi, stay there. Don't be silly. No, stay over there, away from the road. No, calm down.
Kill me.
Why? Why? I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you, not fight. No, don't undress. Right, you stay there. En route. Obviously, if he goes towards the road, I'll try and stop him because, heaven forbid, it's a busy road, lots of buses. I don't want him hurting himself.
When the police arrive, the man still shows no signs of calming down.
He's stripped off, throwing his clothes about. We can't assess him because he's far too aggressive.
Kill me, David. No.
You've been drinking?
You do? Me? Can you grab a blanket, please?
What do you think, right?
If you're not...
Kill me.
I've not been able to do any assessment whatsoever because of how he is.
In the last 6 months, there have been over 400 reports of assaults against ambulance staff in the West Midlands alone.
I'm certainly not prepared to put myself at risk and the ambulance crew and hospital staff. There's absolutely nothing I can do. You know, I can't restrain that gentleman, you know, and I certainly can't carry out my job safely. Thank you very much, gents. We're not really able to restrain anybody. It could be classed as assault. With this gentleman, he was making towards the road, and at one point I grabbed his jacket. Obviously my concern was he was going to end up underneath a bus, so I did try to prevent him from going in the road, purely because I didn't want to get him run over. The way I see it is that that gentleman, although he's not receiving treatment off me, he's still in effect in my care. So it is a fine line, and I think I can justify what I did for those reasons.
The stresses and strains of being a biker paramedic are not easy to handle. Mark and Steve deal with death and serious injury on a daily basis, as well as the pressure of riding a motorbike in the congested city and 8-minute target response times in life-threatening cases. Taking time out is essential, and that's exactly what Mark is doing today. He's in Wales with his family.
The scenery, the wildlife, it's just amazing. Lovely fresh air. You never get fed up of doing it. There's no 8 minutes to be somewhere, you know. We've not got to do the walk in 8 minutes, otherwise we've failed. You can't spend 12 hours a day, whether it be 4, 5, 6 days a week, dashing around on a motorbike. You know, you'll end up burning yourself out.
Mark's work may be stressful, but wife Tara has her own worries about his job.
I do worry about him on the bike with the speeds that he travels, and he has had 3 accidents where he's been knocked off the bike, and I've had telephone calls at work to say he's in hospital. So obviously that's extremely scary, but I know it's a job that he's just so passionate about and he's so good at that, you know, all I can do is support him.
I'm adamant that there's no way I could get through the job that I do without the support of my family. If I phone up, the children will say, "Are you having a good day? Have you had any nasty jobs? Are you okay?" and the support continues when you get home. If you've had a particularly busy day or you've had a particularly nasty job, it's always there in your mind, depending on what it is. Could be with you for a few hours, could be with you for a few days, maybe with you forever.
He has got a great sense of humour, which he hones in on for most jobs, but the ones that involve the children are the ones that get to him the most. Obviously, if the children are around the age of our children as well, then that really hits home. So he will come home and he's quiet. He'll talk about it, and it might last, you know, a couple of days. He does live every day to the full. I think because his job does show him that life is so important that he does try and grab it, you know, as much as he can, really.
In Essex, police biker John Harmon is on patrol on the A13, the most treacherous road in the county. Over the last 7 months, 19 people have been killed or seriously injured on this road alone. John has been radioed by a colleague to tell him there is a car stopped on a slip road in an extremely dangerous position. John goes to investigate. Vehicles passing are doing 70 miles per hour, so when John gets off the bike, he doesn't turn his back on the approaching traffic for a second.
Are you all right?
I've run out of petrol.
You've run out of petrol?
Yeah, my daughter's on the way.
Okay. Will it start or not?
No.
Over 250 people are killed on motorway hard shoulders every year. The lady's name is June. John needs to get her out of the car and away from the road.
That's okay, just switch off for me.
But June isn't grasping the urgency of the situation.
Just switch off. Can you just switch off for me?
Hello?
Okay, what I'm going to do is if you can just jump out and get into a safe place for me.
I've got to get out.
If you come out this side.
June gets out of the driver's side, almost into the path of a pickup truck.
Right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move your car onto here.
Okay.
Out of the live carriageway.
Okay.
And then your daughter's on the way.
Sorry about that.
Your daughter's on the way?
Yes, she's on her way.
Okay.
June's car is right in the path of oncoming traffic. John must get it as far out of the way of other vehicles as possible. By turning the engine over, he gets enough forward movement to get the car up onto the verge.
This is a rented car. It isn't my own car. And it had 30 miles to go. So I was looking for the nearest garage and it's just run out of petrol. And it couldn't have had 30 miles.
Have you got a warm coat? You've got a warm coat or anything?
No, I'm not.
As luck would have it, a patrol car happens to be passing and stops to offer their help.
Just a female on her own, she's run out of fuel. I managed to get her onto the verge and she's got a daughter coming in about 10 minutes.
And if there's one thing a cop car can do which a biker can't, it's tow a car.
Okay, I put it around a bit of the metal bodywork because it's not going to hold an old hole. Okay. It's not a proper towing, so be careful. Just do it gently. You give me time to come out to put a block in for you, and then you can get out.
Every year, over 20,000 people run out of petrol on the country's roads. Motoring organisations recommend you keep your fuel topped up rather than waiting for the warning light to come on.
Thankfully, it's a happy and safe engine, really, because I didn't really like to leave her there if I could be helped. I know her daughter's en route with her, but we didn't know how long her daughter was going to be. My colleagues were driving past, and I said to you, they've got the tow rope, which is like the golden lifeline, really. So we could just bring her in here where she's safe. You can get a cup of coffee. My daughter's here. She's a lot better here than where she was.
In Birmingham, paramedic Steve has had a call to an RTC, a road traffic collision, involving 3 cars. This could be serious. Steve's covered the 2.5 miles in just over 3 minutes. As the first paramedic on scene, It'll be up to Steve to assess the casualties and decide which of them, if any, will need hospital treatment.
Hiya. Hello.
There are no injuries, but the driver of the middle car is disabled and still behind the wheel.
Hello. I'll come round that side.
And Steve is going to have to be on his best behaviour.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Dr. Carol Starkey.
Hello, Doctor. Have I got to call you that? Or...
Yes, please.
All right. My name's Steve. How are you feeling? That's
I'm
the first
right.
question.
I'm all right.
No problems?
I'm furious, yes.
Yeah. What sort of doctor are you?
Oh, a medical one,
Medical?
yes.
So, any questions I ask you, you've already asked yourself?
You're right, yes.
Obviously still in the same position as you were when you were driving?
Yes.
Or have you just slid over a little bit?
No, I'm in the same...
Yeah.
I've
No
slid
aches and
over a little
pains?
bit. No aches and pains.
No problems with your neck at all? No pain?
No,
Big
not
deep
at all.
breath and...
That's
no,
all right.
okay.
I'm fine, yes.
As I say,
I'm very cross.
Is there anything we can do for you? Do you need to get out the car or anything?
I can't
yourself?
get out because I get out of the back.
Yes, so
And
until that's moved.
Until, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll come back to you in a moment.
Thank you.
All right. There's no injuries. It's damage only. The lady in the second car is wheelchair bound and actually drives the car from her wheelchair. Hello there. No problems with the lady other than the fact she has to come out through the back and until that's moved and the back door's free.
Right, okay.
The fire brigade won't need to cut Dr. Starkey out of her car, but they do provide the muscle to clear her exit.
So,
See if we can go down further.
We come. That's it.
Thank you.
there we go. Do you wish to go to hospital?
No, thanks.
No, I didn't. Do you know I was expecting that reply?
I'm not surprised. No,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. It's quite pleasant in one respect, as in a way I haven't had to do much here at all. In other ways, you have a doctor who's observing you, who's watching, that can be quite disconcerting because you're aware that someone who medically outranks you is watching what you're doing.
Tom, who collapsed at the end of his marathon, has made a full recovery after a lot of rest. Zane went to hospital and tests showed he did not have meningitis, but he did have septic tonsillitis. Britain, 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They are a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
Right, God, big deep breath for me. Okay.
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives.
Boy, well done.
Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a child has been hit by a car.
Well done.
Police have their hands full in Essex.
Please let me. You've never let me finish.
But we didn't drive
And
stop.
let me explain it.
Yeah.
And a woman runs amok with a knife.
Just get out!
Birmingham, Britain's second city, home to over 1 million people. Here, biker paramedics can face as many as 20 calls a day. But where there were once 3 bikers, now there are only 2.
I'm going to do it because you don't know how to do it,
I can do it.
You sure?
Barry Rudge is off sick.
Once I've wiped all your Tipex off the screen.
And at Bikers HQ, Steve Harris and Mark Hayes are holding the fort.
We can deal with anything that the city throws at us. It would just be nice if there was 3 of us and we didn't have to be at work so often.
I mean, it's coming up to the busiest time of year. We've got winter pressure, so very shortly we're going to be busier than we would be in the summer.
We're a couple now.
We are a couple, but not in
Not in that
sense, you know,
physical
it's-
sense.
No. We're a couple of paramedics that work in
That happen to work together.
Yeah.
So does that still mean we're a couple?
That dress in leather.
For now, Birmingham's favourite paramedic couple will have to brave the city's medical emergencies on their own. On their Yamaha FJR 1300s, with a top speed of 145, they race to any emergencies within an 8-mile radius of the city centre. They carry everything an ambulance carries, and they're trained to deal with anything.
Somebody's thumped you.
To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. In the centre of town, an urgent 999 call is coming in.
212 over.
On call, paramedic Steve Harris.
I've just been told a young child has been hit by a car, so off we go.
Nearly 2,000 children are killed or seriously injured being hit by cars every year on the UK's roads. How quickly Steve can get to the child could mean the difference between life and death. And there's no faster way of getting there than a motorbike. The scene of the accident is nearly 2 miles away. It takes Steve just 4 minutes. He's the first on scene.
Boy's hurting.
Right, okay.
A 6-year-old boy was playing in the street and has been knocked off his bike. A bystander has been doing what she can.
Has he been awake all the time?
He's been awake all the time, he's been talking, he's been crying. He has said he hasn't got any stomach pains.
Okay.
He said his neck's not hurting.
Yeah.
He's counted my fingers, he stayed focused.
Excellent.
There you go.
You've done a wonderful job, thank you.
Doctor's going to have a look at you now, okay?
Here we go.
No, he can't because all his head is feet. He can't because all his head.
Right, your mum, are you? And what's his name? Does he suffer with any problems, any medicines, any tablets?
Asthma.
Asthma? Oh, you keep nice and still. Tell me if this hurts where I'm touching. I know it hurts there. You've got to bump your head, don't you? Hey? Oh dear. Okay. Right, I'm going to have a little listen.
In a lot of pain, and Steve's first job is to make him a bit more comfortable.
Do you want to go with some more or more?
Yeah. Put that round you. And is that hurting a lot? Can I give you some medicine? Mum, do you know whether he's allergic to anything? He doesn't take any medicines, tablets?
Just inhaler.
Inhaler?
Steve wants to give him Oromorph, an oral version of morphine.
4.2 milligrams, 2.1 mil.
Right, this is medicine. It is. And what we do, we pop that in, and you take that in. You swallow it down.
Steve suspects may have broken his leg, so an ambulance has been called to get him to hospital.
That magic medicine's going to make it go away. All right. Here we go.
Open your eyes. You're going to have to, aren't we? You see the wounds? His skin to his side of his head and his cheek, so he's ready.
Got a little patch on there.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Keep still, it's okay. Keep still, keep still.
Here we go.
Keep still.
Steve has to cut off trousers to get a better look at his leg.
Just going to feel a little bit of warmth on there. Okay, that's just covering that up for you.
Yeah, look, you see that? This one, it goes under your chin like that. It doesn't hurt you.
Good boy, well done.
Brave.
Well done, mate. Mummy's here.
I'm here.
Anywhere without your mum. Well, we got another crew's arrived, so we got another pair of hands.
You keep nice and still. Don't worry.
Once he's on the stretcher, the team strap in to keep him still. He's obviously hit his head hard on the road, and Steve is concerned about damage to his neck and spine.
Just get some blocks off the truck.
Really bright.
Pop some little straps over your head, okay?
Good boy, well done. You okay? You okay? No.
Because he's been hit by a car, knocked off his cycle and hit the road, his head has obviously hit the road. We have to look after his C-spine, and that's where the collar came in. Trying to assess any young child can be difficult, but if they're in pain and they're crying, it can be extremely difficult.
He's going to look after you. Yeah. And this one that looks like Father Christmas, he's been looking after you.
Yeah. You coming in, Pet? I've been doing this job a long time now, but even now, any job involving a child can be traumatic. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather now, and I'm well aware that any child I go out to could be one of my own, one of my grandchildren.
It's 8 a.m. in Birmingham city centre. Paramedics Mark Hayes and Steve Harris are waiting for their first call of the day. And they don't get far into their coffees before a call comes in. Mark Hayes is responding. It's an RTC, a road traffic collision, and there may be serious injuries. Mark hits the gas. But just 400 metres into his journey, he's flagged down.
201. Yeah, I've just been flagged down. Somebody fitting in the street. Yes. Yeah, I'm coming now. Watch yourself a second. It's just been seen to fit.
Fellow paramedic Steve Harris was following just behind in a response car, and he stopped too. This man needs urgent medical attention.
Did he go down with a bang?
Yeah, he was just holding his cup and he just fell over.
Okay. I'm just updating on the locate. Do you want to grab a blanket and that for us? And I'll have his airway, yeah. 201. Thank you. I need a vehicle, please. ACAT response. Yeah, Edmund Street, junction of Eden Place. Okay, keep still. We've got blood on his ear. He's got a cut on his ear. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
The man had been walking to work and suddenly collapsed and began convulsing. His tongue has slipped back in his throat, partially blocking his airway. Mark tilts his head back to help him breathe and gives him oxygen.
It's okay. Just relax there.
Hello.
Your eyes. My name is Mark. I'm a paramedic, mate. Open your eyes for me.
Seizures are the result of electrical disruption in the brain. They can take many forms, but commonly involve blackout and collapse, followed by convulsions, as in this case.
You open your eyes for us, mate.
1 in 25 people will experience unprovoked seizures at some point in their life.
It's all right, keep nice and still. Just relax, mate.
Take that on for us.
All right. Just relax. Just relax. The problems we face at the moment is obviously following a fit. They can be a bit confused, a bit disorientated. We have to give him a period of recovery before we start to get anything out of the patient. It's the ambulance service. We're going to pop you on.
Common causes of seizures are epilepsy, brain tumours and strokes.
Nice and slowly. All right.
Mark needs to get him to hospital fast.
Got a lack on the ear. Swing your feet up. I'll bring his belongings on. Hello there. How you doing? What's your name? All right. My name's Mark. I'm a paramedic. All right. Do you suffer with epilepsy at all? No. Okay. What day is it today? You tell me the day? No, don't worry. I'll come back to you. All right. You're on board an ambulance. We're going to give you a full MOT. You're going to need to go to hospital. All right. Okay. How old are you? Okay, not to worry. Take any medications at all? No? tell me how old you are yet. It'll come back to you shortly. All right. So 4.2 the BM. Sat to 99, I'm showing a rate of 82-ish. 137 over 84, so that's good. What day is it, mate? What day is it today? Not to worry, do you know
Irregular heartbeat is another possible cause of seizures. Mark wants to run a full set of tests to make sure this man's heart is functioning properly.
I'll do a full 12. What I need you to do is just keep nice and still. Don't move, don't talk, don't shake. Just relax. There you go. Thank you.
The test has detected something worrying.
Small junctional, it's right on the QRS, isn't it? Have you ever had an ECG done before? Never? No, okay. We've done an ECG, we've had a look at your heart, and there's some slight abnormalities on that ECG. That needs to be investigated. We've done an ECG on and here, this section of the ECG where my finger is abnormal. And on a 12-lead ECG, it's more obvious because we take a wider view of the heart. So it's definitely something that needs investigating. Right. Because you've had a fit, we don't know why you've had a fit. Yeah. I want to pop a needle into the back of your hand. This is so that if you were to go into another fit, we can give you something to stop that. Is that okay with you? Yeah. Good man, thank you. Following a fit, in the majority of patients, they have a stage that's known as postictal. They could be very sleepy. Some people are even aggressive, agitated with it. Over a period of time, they become more and more alert, and we see a recovery. With this gentleman, we could see over a period of 10-15 minutes, we were slowly getting bits of information out of him. Started off with a name, couldn't remember his age, and then eventually, by the time I left him on the back of the ambulance, he was able to tell me his name, his age, where he worked. It was far more compos mentis. Thank you. Returning to Cherry.
Essex, 1,400 square miles, home to nearly 1.5 million people. The county is crisscrossed by a network of motorways and dual carriageways, policed by a dedicated biker squad. Today in Southend, PC Steve Clements is on patrol. He's parked up in a petrol station forecourt when a member of the public approaches to report an accident.
Guy reversed into another car and just drive away.
Right.
Just driven off. It was a blue Escort van.
Where is he? Just this minute gone?
2 or 3 minutes ago.
All Clem's got to go on is the description and registration of the vehicle. But in a busy town centre, the van could be anywhere by now. But just seconds later, Clem spots the suspect van on the other side of the road. He hits the light and pulls it over. But Clem's unprepared for the van's passenger,
The reason I've stopped you, if you just had an accident, you felt to stop to report it.
who has plenty to say for herself.
Well, and he was coming out of his parking space. And as he was coming out of his parking space, this other car came from the side and was eager to get into his parking space.
Where's
and
the
he's
driver?
going back and the other one's going forwards.
Right.
And he stopped round the corner.
Excuse me, all right.
Yeah, but that's a fact.
Hang on. Let me just get your details first, find out what's going on, and then we'll go back to speak to the other person, all right? You weren't driving. I want to speak to the driver.
Yeah, all right.
You are not an independent witness because you're in the vehicle with him.
Right.
So I need to speak to the driver. So if I can speak to the driver without you interrupting,
Yeah,
we'll
all
be
right, then
appreciated.
do
Thank
so.
you.
Yes.
The person who just gave me your index and said there was an accident, you reversed into a vehicle and then driven off, okay? So I've not taken the full details from him, I've just come to find you,
Oh, yeah,
and I've
sure.
now got you.
Yeah, okay,
All right?
yeah.
So let me take all your details,
Yes.
we'll complete that side of it, then I'll go back to the petrol station and find out what's going on.
Okay. Has he got a damaged car then? Because this one is not damaged. There's nothing on it.
You'll come and stand over here, let's have a
He
chat.
went into him.
Sorry?
He said he went into him.
What have I just said? I haven't spoken to the other person. A gentleman's reported the accident and I've come to find out.
Yeah, all right.
A backup car has arrived, which allows Clem to get on the radio to check the driver's details. and there's a problem.
When was the licence expired? No, it's okay. It's revoked in 2002, so it's a year after that, so we're a few years old from that. So can you organise a 165 for me?
But the couple are still arguing about the petrol station. Time for Clem to get it sorted once and for all.
Yeah, what I explained to you was, somebody came up to me and said, they've had an accident over there, he's reversing the vehicle and just driven off, right? And I said, hang on, you please let me, you've never let me finish.
But we didn't drive off, we stopped.
Let me explain it.
All right.
Right, he's reported to me, he's given me the index of the vehicle. That vehicle's not there, the other one is. So I've gone off to find the other vehicle, right, and I've found you. If nothing is exactly as you said, then nothing will happen. However, since then I've done a check on your vehicle and on yourself and found that you haven't, your licence is expired. As we're dealing with something different now is the fact that you haven't got a licence. Okay, and that's what we're dealing with
And
now.
it's news to him and to me.
That you've never had a licence in your new address because it's in your old address of 8 years ago.
Well, he did apply for one, but things have happened in the meantime, and a lot of mail has gone astray.
But in 8 years you would have thought, well, why am I not got a licence in my present address?
Yeah, I suppose it does occur to you. And
But today, the vehicle's being seized off you because you haven't got a licence to drive.
As neither of them hold a valid licence, Clem will be seizing the van, and the couple will be left to walk home.
The thing is, though, I mean, as far as I was aware, my licence still runs up to...
Yes, I appreciate what it is. You're still qualified to drive, but you've got to hold a licence to drive.
Yeah, but I thought I had a licence.
Yes, but you haven't.
we have to go to DVLA.
I've explained that all to your husband, what he needs to do.
Okay.
He's got all the
But he
paperwork.
would still be able to drive, won't he?
Once he's still qualified to drive,
Yes.
but he's just not authorised to drive because he hasn't got a licence.
Oh, I see.
So he's still a fully qualified driver.
Yes.
He just needs to go and get the paperwork to make him fully qualified
Oh, right
driver.
then, okay.
Yeah, and once
All right
he's
then.
been to DVLA, sorted it out, then he'll be allowed to drive again.
All right then. Okay.
All right then.
All right then.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks very
bye.
much.
See ya.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Driving without a licence can carry a penalty of up to 6 points and a fine of up to £1,000. And it means you're not insured. Uninsured drivers cost law-abiding drivers £500 million a year.
They haven't got a licence. You've got to be right selfish in this, that if they had an accident and hit your vehicle, they wouldn't be insured. So you've got to be selfish in the fact that if they hit my car, I'm paying out for it. So with these seizures that we do for no insurance and driving licence, it's a quite important thing that I pay. I've got I've got a few vehicles and motorbikes in my whole family that we've all got, and we pay insurance and we've got a licence, and I'd like to think that other people have. So, but they seem quite good about it. I've explained how to get his licence back to make sure that he's back on the road, and he seemed quite happy with it.
After more inquiries, the shunt needed no further action. But Clem is still satisfied with his day's work.
It actually was a very minor accident in a car park that the other party wasn't even bothered about because he went into the shop and left them to get on with it. But it's gone on to it, and unfortunately for this gentleman, he hasn't got a driving licence, and so we've seized his vehicle today.
Birmingham, a 999 call is coming in. Paramedic Steve Harris is responding. The call is to Birmingham New Street, the biggest railway station in the city. A woman has injured her back on a train. An ambulance would have to park at the entrance, but the biker paramedics could ride right into the heart of the station, saving valuable minutes.
What's the problem? Lower as in, just across there. Okay. You ever had that pain before? No? And how long have you had it now?
I hurt it.
It's 4:45 now.
I hurt it when I was at Euston Station, so about just after 2 o'clock. I'm in so much pain.
Okay. Is this the end of your journey? Is this where you were coming? Yeah? Right.
But this woman's back pain is not her only problem.
Birmingham City.
Apart from your back, are you normally fit and well?
I'm type 1 diabetic.
Okay.
But that's about...
Have you eaten today? You do sugars?
I haven't got sugars yet.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I'm travelling and it's just difficult.
Okay, all right.
Type 1 diabetes affects around 300,000 people in the UK, typically children and young adults.
Yeah, but
Insulin injections keep blood sugar levels under control. If these are too high or too low, diabetics can slip into a coma.
What's your name, by the way?
Laura.
Laura, with an L. When was the last time you ate?
An hour ago.
Okay. So your sugars should be fine. Do you have any problems with it?
Not the best control.
It isn't. Right.
A normal blood sugar level should give a reading of around 4.
What would you think your normal is?
It feels like it could be 19 or 20.
19. Would that be normal for you? Yeah? Okay.
28.
It's not very well controlled, is it?
Not today.
No. Presumably that isn't that much of a surprise to you, 28. Yeah. Okay. And on a pain score of 1 to 10, 10 is the worst pain you've ever had. Where would you put this at the moment?
9.
It's as bad as that, even while you just sat there. Yeah? Okay. I can give you morphine now, and that'll hopefully help to ease the pain. The other way we can do it is when the ambulance gets here, we can try you on some gas and air and do that way. You'd sooner have gas and air. Okay. We'll wait for the ambulance and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm needle phobic as well.
You can't be needle phobic, you're a diabetic. How does a diabetic become needle phobic? Okay. Hiya. All right. This is Laura. She's insulin dependent diabetic, which at the moment, 28.2. Oh, you're not going to giggle on me, are you? Yeah?
I'm just told it's also known as laughing gas.
Do you want the back sat up? Or do you want to get that? Yes.
1, 2.
After a few minutes on the gas and air, Laura is able to move enough to get onto the stretcher. And after a few more minutes, life is looking a little brighter.
Can you get this on prescription?
But the situation is no laughing matter. Complications from uncontrolled diabetes are very serious. Blindness or ulcers so severe that limbs have to be amputated. In extreme cases, high or low blood sugars can be fatal. Laura needs to get to hospital fast. Essex. With 2 major motorways and 4,000 miles of roads, cops here are locked in a constant battle to control the traffic passing through the county. 7 a.m, Essex Biker HQ. Sergeant Dan Parsons is briefing the team for a major operation.
Right, good morning. It will be brief, don't worry.
Officers have been drafted in from across the county for Operation Calypso, cracking down on travelling criminals.
There'll be 4 separate sites supported by patrol vehicles to bring vehicles in. We're looking at vehicles carrying scrap, vehicles carrying or towing plant, and any large goods vehicles.
There are a total of 7 bike cops spearheading the operation. On the front line, PC Roy Keys. Each cop has a role to play. The bikers will be scouring the roads to intercept suspicious vehicles, then escorting them into the secure compound. Marked rapid response cars will be circling the catchment zone, picking up any drivers which might try to sidestep the bikes. The checkpoint team are in place. Roy and the bikers hit the road. Cars equipped with ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, are parked up at strategic points along the main arteries in the area, feeding intelligence back to the bikers. Within minutes, the biker net is hauling suspicious vehicles into the checkpoint.
OK, have you got any ID on you? Were you aware that there was no MOT on it?
I thought it was the end of this month.
You thought it was the end of the month? Oh, a little bit out there. What about your tax? Are you aware that that's out? Sorry?
Yeah.
You were aware? OK.
On the road, Roy has his first catch of the day.
The black Vectra it's got a theft of petrol report on it.
The checkpoint cops can deal with this one. Roy heads back out onto the road. Another patrol has spotted a transit van trying to dodge the net, but biker cop PC John Harmon is no fool.
I was up the road, turned into a side road. Moments later, a friend who was sitting up in a plane car notified me on the radio that a full transit van had just turned into the road, and for some reason, they can only think upon seeing me, the van suddenly stopped, did a U-turn and accelerated away back in the direction it come from. I went after that van and we then brought it back into the site here.
You've been seen acting suspiciously. You've got highway maintenance signs on there, which I'm not too happy about, okay? And you've also got bolt croppers as well. Okay, I'm now going to search you both and the vehicle fully, okay? The reason I'm doing it is because we believe you may be involved in crime. If you've got anything that's going to hurt me, first of all, that's more...
If these suspects have anything to hide, the checkpoint team will find it.
Right, those bolt croppers, where they come from?
Out the yard, it's scrapyard. Just pick them out of the scrapyard.
You picked them up in the scrapyard? How much to pay for them?
It was in the evening, the rubbish stuff.
Well, you stole it from the scrapyard then, didn't you? I'll tell you what we're going to do, we're going to ring them and ask them if you've got permission to take stuff from their scrapyard, because once it's in their scrapyard, that's their property.
Yeah, but I just chucked some in the...
No, there's no yeah but. There's no yeah but about it. If you've taken it off their property, if you haven't got permission to take it, it's theft.
If I give you a registration number, can you see if it's been in recently? It says it has. Yeah, has he been in recently? He's got a set of bolt croppers on the back of his van and he said he's picked it up from your gaff.
The scrapyard confirms the cop's suspicion. This man's in trouble.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of theft of some bolt croppers from the CTAR scrap metal plate, okay? You do not have to say anything that may harm you.
If found guilty of stealing the bolt croppers, this man could face a jail sentence.
Maybe given in evidence,
Well,
okay?
it's me you want to do for mine.
Okay, yeah, because you've already told my colleague that it was you that took them, so that's why we're just arresting you. We're not going to arrest your boys, okay? We're not going to need to handcuff you, am I? Take your driving licence back. Pop yourself in there, put your seatbelt on.
Back on the A12, another white van has triggered an ANPR camera. Intel reports numerous speeding tickets and connections with outstanding police inquiries.
Stop!
Roy is perfectly placed to intercept.
You can follow me in the services for doing commercial vehicle checks there. Hello, fella. All right. Thanks for that. Is it a company vehicle or your?
That is company.
Company vehicle. Have you got your driving licence on you at all? There's a few checks. Lovely. Do you just jump out 2 seconds? The reason we stopped you, I think, is a report against the index.
They got rings a few months back, if I remember rightly.
Is it? So you know something about it?
Yes.
Ringed is another word for cloned. The number plates of this van have been duplicated and put on a matching van, which has then reportedly been used to commit crimes. And this driver has a letter from the DVLA explaining the situation.
Lovely. Could you just check the last bit, the chassis number you got on that vehicle, please? Oh, OK. Obviously there's, or has been, another vehicle driving around, which you're aware of, so it's worth carrying that letter with you, though, just so that when you stop, you get aware.
OK.
Just drive carefully and out there. Thank you. Cheers.
It's been a successful day for the Essex bike cops. 188 vehicles were stopped, 2 people arrested, and 30 fixed penalty tickets issued. In Birmingham, it's a busy Monday lunchtime in the city centre. But on the edge of town, a serious situation is developing.
Yeah, we're just booking in attendance now.
A woman has been seen brandishing a knife on a residential street. Police are on scene, and there are injuries. Paramedic Mark Hayes is on duty.
What's the story?
As I've got here,
Yeah.
she's been in the middle of the road waving something, I've played around.
Oh, right, OK.
I've had a good look at the blade. I've backed off a little bit, got the dog out, and she has then come towards these two officers to attack them with the blade. I've sent the dog at that point, having sprayed her as well, so she's been CS'd, and she's got injuries on her arms and legs as well.
You guys move away.
Yeah.
She's aggravating her more.
The woman doesn't like having men anywhere near her.
I'm a paramedic.
Mark will have to tread carefully to get close enough to treat her.
My name's Mark. You can let me have a little look at you. We'll sort you out, yeah?
That's all right.
Let me grab my first aid kit. Where's the pain the worst?
Let me get you onto that. You ready?
So,
there we go. All right, let me pull this down.
CS.
The woman has been sprayed with CS gas to subdue her.
Oh, I can smell the CS.
yeah,
How are you coping?
I'm okay.
Ah, all right, my love.
Pretty
Nice and still.
good. Pretty good.
How much alcohol have you had today? Not enough. All right. Are you going to transport her a wee?
Have you got an ambo here?
Not one at the moment. I can get one.
I don't want to go with nobody else over you.
Okay, yeah, but you were just saying about getting you onto an ambulance.
You still got to go to hospital, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll rather go with Sarge.
Okay, I'm gonna do. You know where your handcuffs? I'm just gonna bring you to your front.
Do you want us to get a blanket so we can make you decent? All right. Okay. Pop this round.
The lady's wounds are simple to treat, but Mark needs to assess her overall health to make sure there is nothing else which might need urgent attention.
Other than alcohol, have you had anything else? Any drugs or anything? Diazepam, okay. Do you suffer with anything normally? Do you take any medication at all?
Have an inhaler, yeah?
Pancreatitis.
Pancreatitis. You're an alcoholic, are you?
Yeah.
How much alcohol have you had this morning?
Whiskey, I don't anything else. I had enough.
But we just need to look after
Because I had enough. I had enough.
Can I just get to your arm, my love? Okay, just the one arm so we keep you decent. The wound on your arm is quite superficial, so it's not too bad, yeah? And then they'll sort you. It's quite, they are fairly minor. I know they're painful and it's obviously shocking for yourself, but they are relatively minor.
I'm not bothered. I don't care no more. Miss, I don't care.
Well, we need to try and sort something out.
I don't care.
Eh?
I've never done anything like this in my life.
But we need to get that sorted in there.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to pop you up to Dudley Road Hospital. All right.
Let's get this round.
We take a slow walk to the truck. We'll come back to the kids in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to come with you.
Yeah. Nice and slowly, watch your step as you go. We'll have a chat on the back of the ambo. She's been CS. You might want the windows open a bit because it's burning my throat. She's had alcohol, 2 diazepam. She's a known asthmatic alcoholic. We know known. Yeah, we know known allergies.
Can I wash my face or something?
Water will make it worse. You just need fresh air. Windows open, we'll get you off to hospital. CS gas, not pleasant. I've been out to many a job where CS gas has been used, and how people can still carry on is beyond me. The sensation of the burning throat, burning nose, runny nose, your eyes start to sting and start to water. Bearing in mind, we turn up some minutes after the CS gas is used and it's still there. This lady, we got her onto the back of the ambulance and the smell is phenomenal. You've got to open the windows, put the blowers on. It really is potent stuff.
But there's one thing Mark hates more than CS gas.
I don't mind saying that certainly police dogs, you see them in action and it reminds you adrenaline's brown.
"8:15 a.m, Birmingham. A 999 call has come in. An elderly man is suffering extreme breathing difficulties. Paramedic Mark Hayes is responding.
Hello. Where are we going? Upstairs.
When Mark arrives, he finds 72-year-old Jimmy barely able to breathe.
How are we doing? Terrible. You sound it. Okay.
Mark puts an oxygen monitor onto Jimmy's finger. A normal reading is 98 or 99%. Jimmy's is down to 66%.
Okay.
Mark needs to act quickly.
All right. Okay, we'll have a little listen to your chest. We'll get you on something, all right?
Jimmy suffers from COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder.
I'm on nebulizers.
Yeah. Gonna be a bit cold, all right?
All right, I don't mind the cold.
All right.
Good from the north.
Keep going.
It's estimated that there are over 3 million people suffering from COPD in the UK, 3 times the population of Birmingham. It kills almost 600 a week. The most common cause, smoking.
Okay, we're going to give you another neb. All right. You got any pains or anything at all?
I've got any pains now.
All right.
Just kind of bleeding.
I'm going to give you some ipratropium and salbutamol. So how long's your breathing been this severe?
Oh, for over the week.
Over a week.
For the week.
Okay. Okay, get this neb on you. Protect your nasal.
Take that.
Okay, some nice deep breaths. Get that.
How you doing? You all right?
Down into your lungs.
Jimmy, what we need to do, mate, is do some more checks on you.
Mark wants to get Jimmy onto a heart monitor. And if he's stable enough, the team will move him to the ambulance and off to hospital.
We're going to attack you from all angles, Jimmy, all right?
Want to just sit up?
No, you just relax, mate, the best you can.
Not much left of it.
Hey?
There's not much left of it.
Oh. Try to keep that hand nice and straight and relax. Hand out straight. Go on, you can. Is that nebulizer helping you at all?
Yeah, not really.
Not really. So, we can see a difference in your oxygen saturation. So it is doing some good. You may not feel it at the moment. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a massive improvement to what it was.
Jimmy might not feel the nebulizer is doing any good, but the level of oxygen in his blood has risen nearly 40%.
So how long have you had breathing problems for, Jimmy?
4 years.
Years.
You're also an ex-smoker, heavy smoker.
I was a smoker.
Yeah.
And a boozer.
And a boozer.
How long ago is it since you're back in smoking?
4 years, easy.
4 years.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm drinking. I can't get out.
No, that's bad, isn't it?
And when you got that much in the air, there's oxygen here.
Yeah, you just relax. Just take that in. Don't worry about talking for a bit.
The other one.
Just Jimmy, just relax, mate. Take the neb.
Jimmy's condition has been made worse by a chest infection. He needs to be taken into hospital for further observation so the doctors can tackle the infection and keep him breathing.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Jim. I've got a 72-year-old gentleman. Yeah, COPD patient. He's severe respiratory distress, and we've got an ETA of about 5 minutes. All right, cheers. He's been struggling for some time. The body becomes tired, and there's only so long you're going to keep struggling, and then he needs to receive treatment as soon as possible. So we're going in on blue lights. There'll be a team waiting to receive once we get to hospital. Jim, this may be all a bit alarming, all right, but this is just because obviously you're struggling to breathe there. although we've seen an improvement in you, we need to get you to hospital so we can get you to improve. He's far better now than when we first got to him. Hospital will now do further tests, they'll have x-rays, blood gases, and possibly change his antibiotics and his medication regime and try and get on top of the infection. But yeah, decent bloke, he's going to get sorted, so should be a good outcome. Breathe there.
Jimmy spent 4 days in hospital, but has now recovered from his chest infection and is back home with his wife, Shirley. Had broken his leg, but there were no other ongoing problems from his bike accident.
My name is Mark.
Suffered cuts and bruises and a perforated eardrum when he fell in the street. Despite running lots of tests, doctors still have no explanation for his seizure. Laura was in hospital for 2 weeks and diagnosed with ketoacidosis, a condition which can send blood sugar levels soaring and needs good insulin control. And the handcuffed lady treated by Mark suffered no long-term injuries and was later found guilty of criminal damage, affray and possession of an offensive weapon.
Okay, nice and still.
Britain. 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to 2 wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They're a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
Where are we going? We're going to hospital. Is this the driver? Any pain in the centre of your neck? Keep still.
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a serious injury on a bus.
Oh, you haven't got to be upset, you're going to be okay. All right.
Hello, naughty.
Essex cops have their hands full.
I can see that you two are trouble, aren't you?
And paramedics are called to a prison cell.
Do you understand paramedic, ambulance?
Birmingham. It's a brisk November day, and paramedic Mark is feeling the cold.
It's absolutely bitter. Probably one of the coldest shifts since last winter. And we just parked up, waiting for the next job, trying to get a bit of heat off the engine.
But fellow paramedic Steve knows just how to warm him up.
Oh, cookies as well. Don't get spilling any on my bike, will you?
This is like when somebody orders a burger and has a Diet Coke. Mark orders a cookie and has sweeteners in his coffee. Yeah. I'm not wiping your lips for you.
But Mark only gets a bite of his cookie before a job comes in.
Seizure on. Yeah, another disturbed cookie break. We're going to the Stratford Road, reports of a female fallen in the street.
The Birmingham biker paramedics race to any emergency within an 8-mile radius of the city centre on their Yamaha FJR 1300s, top speed 145. They carry everything a traditional ambulance carries, and they're trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. Bikers are less protected than car drivers. Mark and Steve can reach speeds of over 100 miles an hour getting to an emergency, making them extremely vulnerable. En route, Mark's had an update that the lady has fallen inside a bus. It seems the bus driver has been having traffic problems of his own.
Hello there. All right.
The car's cut me off. I've had to brake. She's come out the seat, and I think.
From which?
I think she's in the middle seat with she.
Right, yeah. Okay. Hello down there. Sandra.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got any pain in your neck or your back?
Yeah, just in the middle of my back.
Right, keep still. No, swelling, you smack that. Do you have any pain in here at all? No. None in the centre of your neck at all? No. Okay. Where's the pain in your back?
Just down the middle of the back.
It's in the centre of your back?
The centre of the back. All down the centre of the back.
Such severe pain could indicate a broken back. If it is broken, any movement could end in permanent paralysis. Mark has to be extremely careful.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. You're in a really awkward position. We need to keep you nice and still. We don't want you moving at all. Because you're complaining of pain right down the centre of your back, yeah, we have to immobilise you. We have to keep you perfectly still. Okay, what day is it?
Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday!
Where's that hurting you?
Back.
In the centre?
Yep.
Right, okay. What we'll do is we'll give you some gas and air, all right, to try and take the edge off your pain. All right. Have you ever had it before?
Yeah.
You have. You need to hold it yourself. Bite on with your teeth, seal with your lips. Nice deep breaths. Just a second. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain ever, what score would you give it? 8. Okay, we'll see how you go after that then. Is that helping with the pain? Yeah? What score would you give it now?
3.
3. Marvellous. You all right? It's all right, you haven't got to be upset. You're going to be okay. All right.
Oh, please.
Well, you can't do that at the moment, can you? No? We need to get you checked. Yeah? We don't take chances, do we? We need to make sure that you're okay. Yeah? And the way of doing that is taking you to hospital. Sandra, you need to slow your breathing down because you're starting to panic. Yeah. Take a bit more of that. Hold on. Bite and just relax. Yeah? Do you two want to do us a favour? Just nice and carefully. Do you want to climb over? I don't want you injuring yourselves. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for stopping and thank you for helping. All right. All right. So I'm.
Is this swollen?
Yeah, you've got a bit of a lump there. You've obviously caught it on the probably the rail on the way down. Yeah. Keep your head still. It is a bit swollen. All right. All right.
The ambulance crew has arrived. And Steve's also there as an extra pair of hands.
How are we doing? All right.
They're upside down there.
They are upside down, yeah. Nice and still, Sandra. Bit of a training school job, I'm afraid. Pop the board on and we'll slide her onto the board, pull the board down into the opening, yeah, and then obviously secure once we've got it down there. Does that sound like a plan? We've got a colour?
Sandra may have fractured one or several of her vertebrae. If one of these dislocates during the rescue, it could sever her spinal cord. The higher the break, the more of Sandra's body could be paralysed. A broken vertebra in the neck, if dislodged, would leave Sandra a quadriplegic. Immobilising this area is top priority.
All right, nice and still.
It's impossible for the team to completely immobilise Sandra's back where she's lying. Getting a spinal board underneath her is their best bet.
On 3 then. 1, 2, 3.
Getting the board in is the trickiest part of this procedure. The team have to carefully control any sideways or rotational movement of Sandra's spine. No easy task in such a confined space.
1, 2, 3. On 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And stop. 1, 2, 3. Bit more. 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. It's going to be a bit tight on your ankles, all right? Just stop you running off before you pay the bill. Right, we're nearly done now. We're going to load you onto the ambulance. We're going to go on 3, yeah?
Ready?
1, 2, 3, and lift.
I didn't get my licence by driving like that. Okay, you down yet?
Lovely.
Watch yourself on the ramp here coming off, please.
Oh, you're all right.
You're going down.
At the end of the day, this job's classed as an RTC, road traffic collision. Reason for that being, there's a car that's cut this bus up, narrowly avoiding collision thanks to the bus driver's reactions with the brakes. However, it still caused a lady to be injured on a moving vehicle. I myself have been involved in RTCs where the drivers haven't stopped, they've knocked me off and just left the scene. And it's a really, really sad time that we live in at the moment.
Essex, Biker Cop HQ. heading out on patrol. PC Mick Wills. It's morning rush hour on the A12, one of the county's busiest and most dangerous roads. Every day, over 80,000 vehicles thunder along this stretch of dual carriageway. Cars, vans and HGVs hurtle along the road, often exceeding the national speed limit. But today, Mick has spotted something unexpected in the near-side lane. It's a tiny moped travelling at half the speed of the passing lorries. The moped's missing its rear L plate, but that's the least of the rider's worries.
I've stopped because you haven't got a rear old plate. I noticed you've got one on the front. Did you know it gone missing?
I did.
Do you want to put it on the stand?
I did have one. I did. Sorry, I thought that was falling off.
Just jump off your bike a second. Come over here where it's safe. Just come over here where it's safe. Were you aware it had gone?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, right.
I had it yesterday. It wasn't there.
What was it on? Was it on a board or something?
Yeah, it was a board.
Right. Have you got a visual license then? You got, right. Are you cold tester?
Just institute.
Thank you. Right, that's fine. It's fine with insurance and your licence, but you can get 3 points for that. People need to know that you're a learner. Your clothing is not suitable for motorcycling.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you need to get yourself something a lot more sturdy than that. You've got gloves and a helmet, fine, but you need to be wearing something like leather. Do you do this journey every day?
Yeah.
The boy's tiny moped is limited to just 30 miles per hour, and the rest of the traffic is doing 70.
This road is 70 miles an hour road.
Mick's concerned for the boy's safety.
I have to say, you don't see many mopeds on this road for a very good reason, because when a lorry comes past you, I mean, so you're riding right near the near side, they blow you everywhere, don't they? Yeah. If you have a crash with a lorry, there's a good chance it's going to really hurt you. He's doing 56 in a 44-tonne truck. He's got to try and avoid you, and there might be a car overtaking him. So he's then got to squeeze between you and the car that's overtaking him. And you're the one that's going to lose every time.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I just want you to know what a chance you're taking, because that...
Yeah, I know, I know. It's one of those things that...
I know I'm going on a bit, but I want you to really understand what chance you're taking and see if you can consider an alternative, because we're the ones that have to come along and sort it all out when it goes wrong. It's the fact that it only does 30. There's nobody else on this road doing 30. And all these trucks are going past, doing 2 abreast. I think it's worth getting the bus fare.
Yeah, but it's a lot cheaper.
Or Malden. You seem like a real decent lad, and we don't want you to be coming along.
Yeah. No.
It will go wrong. You are taking a huge chance. That's it, really.
Despite Mick's warnings, for today at least, the rider has no choice but to rejoin the carriageway.
Don't forget what I said. Have a think about it. Cheers. Give him a warning for his L plate, but I just worry for him. I don't think he realises the consequences, It's wrong, isn't it?
Every year, 21,000 bikers are killed or injured on UK roads.
That is an accident waiting to happen, unfortunately. It's havoc that's going to end in him copping it.
Birmingham. 1 million residents spread over 200 square miles, all covered by 2 biker paramedics. On the bike today, Steve Harris. Steve's call this morning is to the Palisades shopping centre in the heart of the city. Unlike a traditional ambulance, he can weave through the crowds on his bike, straight onto the concourse and up to the door of the shop. The journey takes him just over 1 minute. The man's collapsed in a sports shop. Steve's first job is to work out what's wrong with him.
You any pain anywhere?
Any pain? No? What language? Swansea. Yeah? Right, okay. I'm Steve, paramedic. People are worried about you. You're lying on the floor. Do you remember what happened?
No.
This happened to you before?
No.
No? Open your eyes for me.
The man's pupils are fixed and constricted, possible signs of head injury or stroke.
Jim, can I have your arm?
But Steve needs to establish if it could be something else.
What you took, Jim? Have you took anything?
No.
Nothing at all? That's going to get tight on your arm. Okay. You got a bag or tissue or? And if you got some tissue and that. Jim, what you suffer with? You don't suffer with anything. So what's happening to you today? You're warm.
Oh, home.
You're going home. So what have you taken, Jim? You haven't took anything?
No.
Open your eyes for me. And again. Do you take tablets or medicines?
No.
Nothing off your doctor?
No.
You had a drink today?
No.
No? I don't know what's happening to you. Do you know?
What do you mean?
Well, why are you lying on the floor in the shop?
No.
No, mate.
You can get up if you wants me to.
Well, the worry I've got, if you get up, you're going to hurt yourself when you fall back down again. So where you been today, Jim?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I say. Where have you been?
Winton Green.
Winton Green. When did you come out?
Morning.
Okay. So what have you took between coming out of prison and now?
Tramadol.
Tramadol. Nothing else? No heroin? No?
Tramadol is a powerful painkiller. Steve needs to be sure that's all he's taken.
What I want to do is give you an injection which might help you. Is that okay?
What? An injection?
It'll wake you up a bit, help you.
Steve wants to give Jim an injection of naloxone. Naloxone temporarily reverses the effects of any opium-related drugs, which include tramadol and heroin. It should wake Jim up, but it won't last for long. As Steve prepares it, the ambulance crew arrive.
How do you feel?
Right.
Think you can be able to walk?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, try stand up, mate. What's your head?
Sorry, it's your shelf. Oh.
Yeah, what's it?
Can I give you that injection, Jim? Because you're not right, are you? Yeah? Hopefully, if there is anything in this system, it'll just help wake him up a little bit. You all right, Jim?
Yeah.
Can you just pop a little needle in? Okay. Sharp scratch. All right. So how you doing? Yeah. What time did you come out?
Outside.
Are you eating since? Nothing to eat. And how long are you in?
3 months.
Okay.
Get you on the stretcher, mate. Come on, then, Jim.
A few cans for the journey. Hiya. How you doing? You're feeling a bit more awake and aware now? Yeah. One of the ways that gives us an indication that there may be drugs involved, the pupil becomes very constricted and doesn't really react because it's pinpoint. It doesn't react when you shine a light into it. This gentleman's pupils were like that, which again gave me suspicion that he may have taken something which was affecting the way that he was.
You alright if we pop you up to the hospital? Have you a little...
I'd rather go home.
You'd rather go home?
Right, yeah.
I mean, our concern, obviously, what's happened to you isn't normal, is it? It's not normal for you.
I'm right now, I've been sick.
Yeah.
I'd want to go to hospital, serious.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a long train journey in front of you, and if you're taken ill on the way down on the train.
I'm right, yes.
Yeah. So you're not going to let us take you to hospital? No.
Your heart rate's a bit too high, and there's no particular reason for that. You don't look very well.
Oh, that's true.
So
Right.
do you understand that we're worried about you?
Yeah. I'm alright, yes. I'm alright.
What we'll do, we're going to get you to sign our paperwork and say it's against our advice. I mean, both of us would advise that you attend hospital, you know. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, all the best, you. This gentleman was very, very confused. Initial impressions, he could have been diabetic, he could have been epileptic, or he could have taken some drugs. Once naloxone stops working, then he could well collapse again. However, we can't force people to go to hospital. We can just advise and try to press them.
Mid-afternoon, Birmingham. Biker paramedic Mark Hayes has just been called to a police custody cell. As he races across town, he's no idea what awaits him. The prisoner could be uncooperative or violent. Just over a minute later, he's on scene.
How are we doing? You're right.
Basically, he was arrested at sport, crying all the time because of what she's done, but that's separate to that.
Okay.
She's vomited just solely onto her stomach, and she started vomiting just over there in the far corner.
Okay.
Making a bit of a sort of dramatical show of it, but she speaks Chinese, not very good English.
Okay. How long's she been in your care?
Well, she was arrested at 14.
The woman's been arrested by the British Transport Police for travelling without a ticket.
Right, we'll have a little look. And what she's vomited? Is it just clear? Is it water? Bit of food. Okay. But there's a massive language barrier. Okay. Hello. I'm a paramedic. I'm here to help. Come and sit up. Need you to sit on here. Yeah? Stand up. No. What's her name? Do we know? I can't do anything with you.
Come on, sit up. Sit up.
1, 2, 3, up.
Okay. You sit down.
Okay. No, look at me. Hold your head up. No, listen. She's resisting, sir. You sit up for me. Sit up. Let's have your hand. So, I mean, I can't force treatment upon her. Yeah. Ideally, we could do a language line and try and get across to her. And then, if we can get across, we can ask her some questions, find out what's going on, and take it from there. But as it is at the moment, there's very little I can do with her.
Interpreters in more than 170 languages are always on standby. Until someone is on the line who can speak the same language as the woman, Mark has to do the best he can.
Any English? Understand? I'm here to help you. Yeah? Need to look at you. Need to examine you. Yeah? No. Come on, you're doing that. No. Come on. Those are fine. Okay. And you have pain? Yeah? How long?
A Mandarin speaking interpreter, so if you want to do
Marvellous. Yeah.
Just communicate.
Thank you. Hello. Hello there. Could you please ask her? Can you ask her what the problem is and how long she had this problem? Here you go.
It might not be the easiest way to make a diagnosis, but it's all Mark has to go on at the moment.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, what did she say? She doesn't understand what's going on. The question is, does she have any medical conditions? Also, you notice while she's on the phone, she's not vomited once. The police are concerned that she's got stomach pains and she's vomiting. Can you ask her, is she happy for us to treat her? Hello? Okay. So she's refusing any treatment. Is that what she's saying?
After nearly 20 minutes of toing and froing, Mark finally gets a clear picture.
She's told the gentleman that she's refusing any treatment. There's nothing wrong with her. And she doesn't know why she's been brought here. Hello? The police have a duty of care, and because she's been vomiting and holding the stomach whilst in custody, she needs to be taken to hospital to be assessed. Obviously, if she gets to hospital and she refuses treatment, then so be it. She'll just end up being brought back. So our hands are tied. We're just arranging transport at the moment to take her up to City Hospital. It just prolongs the inevitable for the lady that's in custody. But, you know, we treat everybody as we find. OK. Oh.
The woman will be escorted to hospital by the police. Her symptoms seem to have disappeared, but no one can take any risks. Mark has his suspicions.
I have to say the episode of vomiting that I did witness appeared to be somewhat forced. It could be a mixture of, you know, anxiety. She's worked up, she's been detained by the police for whatever reason, and I'm sure that can be a scary and upsetting process, so that could be a reason for her vomiting. Plus also some people do occasionally think that, you know, if they're unwell then the police aren't going to keep them, they've got to get hospital treatment. I'm not saying that this was the case, but it does happen, and it happens on a regular basis.
Essex Biker Cops HQ. Another day dedicated to reducing casualties on the county's hectic highways. On average, 15 people will be killed or seriously injured every week. On patrol, PC Martin Ackers. And he's got one notorious road in his sights.
The A12 has now become our #1 road in Essex, whereby we're receiving the highest amount of fatalities and crashes where people receive serious injuries. Literally since April this year, we've had 26 of those styles of crashes. Done checks here in the past and had some pretty silly speeds down here, up to 130 odd mile an hour.
But instead of nicking a speeder, Martin spotted a driver on a mobile phone. He's quickly on the driver's tail, on the biker cop's unmarked BMW K1200S. Smaller and faster than a regular patrol bike, and capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 in just over 6 seconds.
Hello there, have a quick chat with you. Thanks very much. Right, thanks very much for stopping. The reason why I've asked yourself to stop is I can see you driving along, mobile phone in the middle of the steering wheel, so in the middle at the top.
I'm trying to get this thing connected.
Oh, I see, right. I appreciate you've got yourself a Bluetooth device in your ear, but that's not on. You're using a mobile telephone, all right? You don't actually have to be speaking on the phone to be using it, all right? I'm going to say to yourself, you're going to be reported for using that mobile phone whilst driving this vehicle along the road today.
If the man had a dashboard-mounted bracket for the phone, there would have been no problem. But as soon as you hold the phone in your hand while driving, that's illegal.
Do you have any endorsements on your driving licence at all? You have two, so you've got 6 penalty points. And what are they for?
One is mobile phone, one is speaker.
Right, so with reference to you having the mobile phone, how old is that one, 2 or the 3-year-old?
February 08.
So, right, a couple of years ago, 2.5. As a result of you receiving that mobile phone one, is that when you went out and bought a Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So how long have you had your BlackBerry for?
Again, about a year, I suppose.
About a year. So you've had enough time to get a suitable holder for it, really, haven't you? Yeah. Right, okay, so I'm afraid it's a fixed penalty notice, because you're either now on 9 points or 6 points, and if you're on 9, you're going to have to be damn careful, aren't you? You've seen how easy it is to get caught. Yeah. Otherwise, that could be totting up procedures. 12 points, 6 months disqualification. What could that do for you if you actually had your licence taken away for you for 6 months? All sorts of problems. You obviously need your licence to work. Is the motor vehicle your own or a company vehicle?
No, it's mine.
But when Martin runs checks, there's a surprise.
Sorry, can you just confirm the amount of points? Could you do us a history to find out what they're for? Yeah, received. Right, okay, who does the car belong to?
It's a lease car.
It's a lease car?
Yeah.
Okay, right, I've done a vehicle check on it. The vehicle's not registered to yourself, and it's not registered at this address. And it's shown that there's no insurance on the vehicle either. Okay, well I'll have to do a check. Fair enough. I'll have to do a check through the Motor Insurers Bureau to see if it has a valid policy. It could well be one, okay, and it's perhaps a typing error or something. But the other thing is that you don't have 6 penalty points on your licence, you have 9 penalty points on your licence, and they're all for mobile phones. Sorry?
When did the 9th one appear then? I've only got 6.
I've just done a check via the DVLA, Police National Computer, and it's saying you've got 9 penalty points on your licence. So I can't issue yourself an endorsable fixed penalty notice because that will put you on to 12 penalty points. What happens now is, as with regards to the mobile phone, that will go to a magistrate's court hearing, okay? But let me just check through the Motor Insurers Bureau.
I'll have a look, see if I've got it in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, have a look. Please do. The Motor Insurers Bureau have managed to make contact with one of the operators there, and they can find no trace of any insurance record for this vehicle or that person. Right, what have you got?
The only thing I've found is on my other car, which is something I can't find the one on this one. Insurance just gives me third party for any car saying that, but that's on my other car that's just recently been purchased.
So you've had this car for how long?
We've had this car for 2 years.
About 2 years.
I know it's through Ford Insurance, through the actual people.
Right, well what I've done is I've spoken to the Motor Insurers Bureau, and they can find no trace of any insurance on this motor vehicle. All right. Well, whilst I'm speaking to you, they are speaking to the underwriters for Ford Insured. Okay, so we're hoping to find a policy of insurance for Ford Insured. If we do not, you are driving this vehicle whilst uninsured. Hold on. Hello there, Deborah. Marvellous. That's 165. All right then, thank you very much, Deborah. Much appreciated for all your help on that. All right then, see ya, speak soon. I think you can probably see what I'm writing down there. Your policy of insurance, you were the named driver, it was your partner who was insured on it as the policy holder, was cancelled on the 16th of September this year through lack of payment. 3 letters were sent through to the address which they had you registered at, and they've received no reply. As a result of them not receiving any replies from the 3 letters sent through, they have cancelled your policy. You are uninsured today. So I'm reporting you for driving this motor vehicle whilst uninsured, and also the fact that whilst using the phone. What will happen now is that this vehicle will be seized from here. It's being seized here and now.
The driver will be taken to a safe place and from there make his own way home.
He's been reported. He's going to go to court for this one. The whole matter will go to court. He's already got 9 points on his licence. Mobile phone holds a minimum of 3 points, and insurance holds 6 points. So I think we're looking for a disqualification there for driving for a period of time. Should really be thinking about that, sitting on 9 points. To start off with, when he says on a mobile he's got 6 points, he's had 1 for mobile and 1 for speeding, yeah, okay then. But once I did me a little bit of investigation to find out, well, actually, no, mate, there's no speeding there. It's all 3 lots of mobile phone. It's just no, you're in the book, mate, I don't care. You're just causing a problem on our roads and you're not obeying any of the rules, really.
Late afternoon in Birmingham. It's dark, it's cold, it's damp. Perfect conditions for nasty trips and falls.
212, Roger, received. Thank you.
And it's not long before biker paramedic Steve Harris is called to help a woman who's come a cropper. After a dash across town, he's at the woman's side in just under 2 minutes.
Hello.
I slipped here and
Okay.
went full length. Problem is, I've got osteoarthritis in my hip, and I've done something to my right arm. I don't know if I've broken the bone at the top. It feels like it's broken somewhere here.
Okay. Is that you're in much pain with that?
It's bearable.
Okay.
Osteoarthritis affects 1 million people in the UK. It attacks the joints and is one of the most painful types of arthritis. It affects more women than men.
Well, I think the first thing we can do, get you off this cold floor, get you off the road, we'll pop you in the ambulance, pop your coat off, and then
If I
we'll
just
start
grab your
looking
bag.
good.
Okay, thank you, Shamsa.
If you just don't do anything yet. Hello. Hello. I don't know what you heard. Osteoarthritis.
Steve and the ambulance crew must get her off the cold pavement.
Left here. Right, wiggle your fingers. Yeah?
Oh, it feels kind of, a bit dead.
What I want to do, pop your arm just onto your tummy, and then I want you to just support it. All right. Okay. And we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Sit.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, just get your balance. There's no easy way to do that. All right.
Yeah.
You can. When you're lifting it, that was hurting your hip.
In the warmth of the ambulance, Steve needs to check exactly what's happened to Janet's arm.
What I want to do is try and slip your jacket off.
Oh, God.
So
Okay, then.
just lean forward. We'll take the good arm out first. Let us help you. And we're just going to slip that down over your arm. What have you got on under this jumper?
A red and black satin waspy. Just joking.
Sounds lovely.
Just a t-shirt.
Oh, you've got a t-shirt on.
Sorry.
You've just burst my bubble.
I'm not hysterical, honestly.
Right, as you've got a t-shirt,
Yes.
same again, we'd like to take
You're going to take the jumper off as well.
And again, just relax. Okay. And again, I'm just going to hold your arm. Just slide it out. Show us where the pain is. Right across there. No pain up in your shoulder?
It's
No pain where I'm touching?
it's kind of wrench pain, you know what I mean? It's like
Did you hear a crack or anything like that when you went down?
I felt something, but I was so nonplussed by what happened. I can't really rely on what I remember. Do you know what I mean?
What I want to do is just pop this syringe
I was
around
cross
this.
with myself.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad's the pain?
7.5.
With her osteoarthritis, Janet's no stranger to pain. But her arm's now causing real discomfort.
It's entirely up to you. We can offer you some gas and air, some Entonox, nitrous oxide.
Yeah, that might help. Yes.
Yeah?
Because that control.
It usually helps.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to hold this in your good arm. Form a good seal around the mouthpiece and suck it like a straw. Okay? It'll take a couple of minutes to work. And as soon as you stop taking it, it'll take just as long to wear off, okay? Every breathe, as you breathe in, every breath, if you keep taking it.
This patient, she's got an ongoing chronic problem with the hip anyway, so she's used to pain and decreased movement in her hip, and that's what she lives with all the time. However, obviously falling onto the hard pavement, that's aggravated that injury. But the main problem, that I perceive at the moment, is the pain to her upper arm, where she's put it out to try and save herself.
Even though I was in pain, I remember that this man's name is Steve, because he's been very kind to me. And this stuff's very good. It's better than a cocktail.
It's very good, yes. It's always nice to be appreciated. I mean, really nice lady. She's got even though she's obviously in pain and she's hurt herself, she's still bouncy. She's still got a positive attitude to what's happened. She's going to sail through this.
Essex, and the biker cops are out in force for a swoop on the A13, the second deadliest road in the county. In 7 months alone, 18 people have been killed or seriously injured. HQ for the day, a roundabout. Heading up the operation, PC Ray Jeffrey.
We're having a casualty reduction enforcement day today. You'll note that there's an officer over at the side of the roundabout there who's spotting for us. He'll point out any cars where the drivers or passengers aren't wearing their seatbelts, talking on their mobile phones, any vehicles that we think might be worth a quick check for road safety as well. Perhaps, poor condition, bald tyres, that sort of thing.
Not wearing seatbelts is a big problem. Without one, you're twice as likely to be killed in a crash, yet nearly a quarter of motorists still do it.
Received, Roger, over and out.
But Ray has his own way of dealing with the problem.
Hello, naughty. Yeah, have you got a doctor's note? She's so naughty, isn't she? We're here specifically for all the stuff today that we don't get a chance to deal with normally. Have you had a ticket before for not wearing your belt? Okay. It's not points on your licence, it's just a little reminder that you are required to wear it. All you have to do is pay a fine within 28 days. It's not broken, is it?
No.
Can you just show me it works? Because we get certain smarty pants who go to court 6 months later and say, well, I told him it was broken. That's fine, okay. Have you got your driver's licence with you? Okay. You got one?
I've got one, yeah.
Not wanted for murder?
Just got one. Oh, God, no. I think so, anyway.
You on your way to work or shopping?
No, we're shopping. IKEA.
Are you a Mrs.?
Miss.
A miss?
Yeah.
And what's your surname, please?
Smith.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is.
What's your first name?
Emma.
Tar. I can see that you two are trouble, aren't you? I feel sorry for all the shop holders down there when you get there. It's a vehicle check, please, on a code 1.
Emma gets a standard £60 fine. But in some circumstances, drivers can be hit with as much as 500.
Was that rude? I didn't hear that one, sorry.
She's a £15 bargain turned into a £100 bargain.
No. Oops. There we are, Emma. Just check that I've got all your details correct on there. See if I was listening properly, because I'm a bloke. We don't listen, do we?
Well, we would say it, but not to you.
Bear in mind what we've said.
Yeah.
It's all about keeping you safe, really. She's all right. She was on her bestest behaviour. It was just you. When you move off, just be careful in case something comes that way. Yeah, go around the roundabout and don't spend too much in the shops today.
Now.
See you then.
If everyone buckled up, 300 lives could be saved a year.
You just knew, didn't you? You just knew, because you look so suspicious, all of you, don't you?
The 3 women go.
Yeah, so you don't want me to ruin your shopping trip then?
No.
Valid excuses for going without include medical reasons, driving no more than 50 metres, reversing, or if you just happen to find yourself in a procession organised on behalf of the Queen. Janet hadn't broken her arm, but had strained the ligaments. An X-ray showed she now has osteoarthritis in her shoulder. The man on his way back to Swansea did eventually make it home safely. And Sandra had a lucky escape. No breaks, but a badly bruised hip. She's recovering well at home, and she's so grateful she sent the paramedics a thank you card.
Then, like a shining ray of light, I saw you standing there.
You helped me and supported me. From a grateful lady. To actually go out, buy a card, write the card, you know, there's thought's gone into it. It's really nice to be appreciated.
It does give you a nice feeling.
Next time on Emergency Bikers.
Hello, Helen.
An old lady has a bad fall.
Have you hurt yourself?
And Mark has his hands full.
This white van has slid on its side all the way up to this point where it's come to rest.
Britain. 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They are a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
100 mile an hour exactly.
Oh no. I'm here to help you, mate.
Well, asking you for help or something.
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a major crash involving a motorcycle. A 16-year-old collapses in a supermarket.
He just went down.
And cops crack down on dangerous drivers. Early afternoon, Birmingham, and there's a 999. A man is unconscious. On call, Mark Hayes.
We've got a man on a towpath. Query what's going on, query whether it's an overdose.
Mark is racing to the scene on his Yamaha FJR 1300. Top speed 145. The Birmingham biker paramedics carry everything an ambulance carries, and they're trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. There are 100 miles of canals in the city, more than in Venice. Mark's not entirely sure which towpath the man is on. All he knows is that it's near City Hospital, 3 miles away. 4 minutes later, he stops to check at a bridge. There's no one in sight. But some people further down the towpath are desperately trying to get Mark's attention.
Hello.
He was just about to roll into the water. He was rolling into
All right.
the canal, you see, so we were very worried.
Say again, sorry. Hello there. It's all right, nice and still. How we doing, mate? You all right? It's all right, just stay nice and still. Speak English? Yeah?
No one knows how long the man's been lying there. He's dazed and confused, and it's going to be hard for Mark to find out what's happened, especially when the man might not speak much English.
No English?
Mark checks the man over, but finds no blood or obvious signs of injury.
So you literally just saw him rolling around on the towpath?
Well, what happened? We were just coming down, there's that couple here.
It's okay, stay there.
And they were trying to, he was rolling around, but he was right here when we were passing, right here with his leg over.
Okay.
And they couldn't leave him, so we backed because they wanted a phone.
Just bear with me a second. 201. Thank you. Have we got a vehicle at all, please? At this stage, if we can have it as an A-cut, purely because I'm a bit unsure as to what we're dealing with, but this gentleman's right on the towpath, rolling around. Members of the public have stopped him going in the canal already, so as soon as possible, please.
By the time we arrived here, he was actually over the actual path itself, away from the edge. But the way that he kept rolling, it was almost as if he was unaware that there was a danger here, and he could quite easily have rolled in.
Mark suspects this man has had a seizure.
He seems, I don't know if there's a language barrier, he seems somewhat confused. Check for Medi alerts to see whether he's possibly diabetic or any epilepsy. There's nothing obvious. We're limited to what we can do at the side of the towpath because it's now starting to rain. I don't really want to strip him off, he's already a bit damp. My main concern is that we just get him off the towpath so he doesn't cause himself any harm or anybody else.
The man's agitation is a classic after effect of a seizure.
So just stay nice and still.
The Good Samaritans head on their way, just as the ambulance crew arrive.
Pop your tongue out for me. I'm not doing it to you. Pop your tongue out.
Pop your tongue out. Have a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We've managed to get him to pop his tongue out. One of the classic things during a fit is they bite the tongue. He got a bit of dry blood on his lips, which, as I first suspected post-ictal, which is a state following a fit, which it all ties in basically.
Take you to the hospital.
No, it's all right.
Get you checked over by the doctor.
Oh. You nearly fell in the canal.
No.
Come on, up. There you go.
Oh, no, all right.
It's okay. No, keep still. You must keep still, because we'll all go swimming otherwise.
Please.
It's okay. He's going to vomit. Over towards Steve.
Vomit.
Okay. If you're going to be sick, over the side.
Vomit, 1 minute.
Okay, just relax. Okay. No. Don't put your fingers down your throat. Don't put your fingers down your throat.
I vomit.
It's okay, just relax.
I sleeping.
Listen. No. Don't put your fingers down your throat. No, just relax.
Getting him to the ambulance is going to take some doing.
Keep still. You all right? Do you want to swap over?
If we can, that'd be great.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, lift.
One in 20 people will have a seizure during their lives. Mark has no way of knowing if this man's just suffered his first or has a history of them.
Push back. Push. Push back. That's it.
Keep still. Keep still. No.
Water, please.
Keep still.
No.
I think what I'll do is I'll travel with you.
Okay.
Right, because he's thrashing about. We're only across the road anyway, but nightmare job. Because of his agitated state, he keeps waving his arms about and seems to go off on one a bit. It's far safer for an extra pair of hands, although there's no treatment that I'm going to do. It's purely for the safety of him and obviously the crew's safety numbers. I'll go and hand over. So.
At the hospital, the doctors will get to the bottom of what's up with Mark's patient and find out who he is.
Grab his bag so get it back.
For Mark, this call was a tough one.
It was a bit of a struggle. A member of the crew got the back of the chair, probably made it halfway, and he needed to stop. I mean, it was exhausting. And then I continued the rest of the way at the back of the chair. And it is physically demanding. And yeah, people don't realise that. I know I looked physically fit and all the rest of it, but it did take its toll.
8:30 on a busy weekday morning. Birmingham is crowded with commuters and a woman's fallen at a bus stop. On call, biker paramedic Steve Harris.
212 details received.
Holed up in the heart of Birmingham, he can go where a normal ambulance can't. weaving his way through pedestrians to be the first on scene in just seconds.
Just slipped over, tripped her head. I think she's got a lump on the front of her head, but her nose is bleeding as well.
Okay.
Said that her legs hurt, but I don't know if that's just before.
Ooh. Hello. Hello.
All right.
All right. First thing, I'm Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
Christine was running for the bus when she caught her heel in the pavement. As she fell, she hit her head on the bus stop.
Let me just have a quick feel. You tell me if any of this hurts.
Steve's worried about possible damage to her neck and spine.
No pains along that there. Any pins and needles or tingling? The one you're lying on. Big deep breath for me. And out. Does that cause you any problems across the chest? No? I've seen you move this arm. Move this leg for me. Okay. Right. What we're going to do, get you a bit more comfortable. All right. So if we just roll it, please. Oh. Okay. Let's take that out of the way. You want to slip that inside one of the bags? Right. Can I have a look? Has it stopped bleeding? Okay. You feeling sick, lightheaded?
A bit lightheaded.
If you want to lie back down, we can do.
As well as a bloody nose, Christine's got a bump on her forehead, which Steve must check.
You are going to need to get a hospital bed. All right. You've got quite a lump on your forehead. So we need to get an ambulance and we'll get that. Pop your finger in there. Apart from what's happened to you today, are you normally fit and well?
I am normally fit and well, but I had an accident on the bus just on the 13th of October and I bruised all on my thigh.
Right, got you. So this is number 2.
The pavement there, it's where I caught my heel in there and I just
just went flying. Yeah. So this is number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to prove that it's always in 3s, you know.
I don't know. I think I've broken my nose.
Hmm?
I think I've broken my nose.
Let me have a look. Straight at me. It doesn't look particularly broken. You've got swelling across the top, and obviously you've had the nosebleed and the lump on the forehead. All right. Okay, it's all over now. These things happen, don't they? There's no confusion. She remembers everything that happened. However, she is becoming quite emotional about it, and you know, it's obviously upsetting for her.
Christine's injuries seem minor, but Steve wants her checked over at the hospital to be on the safe side.
Problem with falling like that and hitting the head, worst case scenario, you could have a fractured skull. All the best, Christine. All right. A nosebleed can be significant. You can lose up to 1 litre of blood a minute. And what you have to remember is the blood that you see is not the only blood loss. Whatever's coming out the front of the nose, you may also be bleeding at the back of the nose. Fatalities through nosebleed are very, very rare, but the blood loss itself can be significant.
Early morning at Essex Biker Cops HQ. Today's job, targeting the drivers of Clacton-on-Sea. On patrol, PC Martin Ackers. On his BMW R1200 RT, top speed 140, it's a quick 35-mile spin to Clacton on the Sunshine Coast. But en route, our eagle-eyed biker cop spots a lorry driver on a mobile.
Thanks very much for stopping. Mobile telephones. All right. OK, you didn't have it to your ear, but any use of the mobile telephone whilst driving, you know you're not allowed to do. Okay. All right.
Martin gives him a £60 fine and 3 points. Mobile phones are lethal, and lorry and van drivers are more likely to use them than car drivers. Reactions are 50 times slower and drivers are 4 times more likely to have an accident. In the middle of Clacton town centre, a lorry is flagged down by other officers for Martin to check.
Anyway, you enjoy your day. Okay, cheers now, see ya. That was pulled over for a signal that it had a driver not wearing a seatbelt. However, vehicle of that age, it doesn't have one fitted. So that's the difference between people who are on traffic and who aren't.
It's not compulsory for HGVs built before 2001 to have seatbelts, so no ticket needed. With business slow in the centre of town, Martin gets back on the bike and on the hunt. On the outskirts of town, a Jeep has been picked up by police cameras. Martin is straight on his tail.
Hello there, I'd like to come and join us on the pavement for a second. Is the motor vehicle your own, sir?
Yes, it is.
How long have you had that one for, very roughly? Very roughly.
I can't think now.
Year, 2 years?
Oh,
months?
no.
Weeks?
Year and a bit, something like that.
Year and a bit. Right, okay. Yeah. What insurance are you on the vehicle?
A trader's insurance.
A trader's? Yeah, if you've got that, can I have a look?
Come up on the
yeah,
computer?
yeah, it does. Yep.
Still carry a copy.
Right.
Because I know sometimes they don't come up on the...
Yeah, which it hasn't.
That's a copy.
So how much do you pay for this one a year then?
It's about £370-something on me and the
Not
wife.
bad, is it? Just takes down some details, do a very quick check, and then we'll get you on your way. We'll just get some paperwork, 2 seconds. I'll just give them a very quick call, make sure it's all in order.
Certainly.
All right, because obviously we do sometimes get, not saying that you are,
Yeah, that is a photocopy as well.
but people do obviously get their certificates through and then cancel the policies just to make sure. I'm sure you will be.
Only 2 days ago anyway, the instalment, so...
As usual, get put in a waiting queue, so I have to wait like everyone else. Don't get any privileges.
No problem. Because I drive on a trader's insurance, I buy and sell the odd car as well. This vehicle I use for my work. I'm an auto-electrician. I should have notified really the insurance company this is a regular vehicle that I use. Obviously I'm legally covered, but it helps. So I was stopped because it wasn't on a database. So it came up as uninsured. But I always carry a copy of the policy, just in case.
It's well worth getting that put on your insurance company. It saves you the hassle of being pulled over, especially if you're on a rush job.
Obviously,
yeah.
I'm a little bit late, but...
Well, there you go.
Only 10 minutes.
Classic example. All right then. Okay, watch out you go. Ta-ra now. See you, matey.
Martin sets this man on his way and heads to a quiet side road to park up and watch passing motorists. And after just a few minutes, he spots yet another driver on a mobile phone.
Hello. You all right?
Yeah, I know.
A little bit obvious, really, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, just stand on the pavement in case somebody comes a bit close. Okay, mobile phones. All right. I ain't going to preach to you about it. All right, simply going to say you're going to be reported using the phone whilst driving this vehicle along. I think it's Jaywick Lane, isn't it? Now, was your phone call to the emergency services?
No.
No. Incoming call or an outgoing one?
Outgoing call.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Have you got your licence on yourself today?
No, I ain't.
Haven't you got any means of ID? Something, I don't know, along the lines of bank card
Believe
or something?
it or not, I was looking for my wallet just a minute ago, and I've looked up and down. But you can check me out.
No, fair enough.
I can't believe I've got a totally clean licence as well.
Right, okay. Yeah, it holds 3 points, I'm afraid, as you're probably well aware of, and a £60 within 28 days. Yeah, I'm afraid. Car belonged to yourself?
My missus.
Your missus, £60 within 28 days. All right?
Yeah, one of them days, eh?
It happens, I'm afraid. Happens too often for us. All right, just try and stay off the phone.
The revenue, isn't they? Yeah. The Treasury needs it.
Sounds like it at the moment, doesn't it? All right then, matey. Watch how you go. All right.
But a bit of a bummer, isn't it? It happens. That's life.
Despite the dangers, the number of drivers using mobile phones increases every year.
I'm hearing the same excuses again and again and again. It's just Frustrating, I think, really, is the word, frustration. The message, I don't know why, the message cannot get across to some people. Don't use the phone whilst driving. They will not learn. Perhaps they think they can get away with it. But one day you're going to get caught, aren't you? If not by us, then caught out in a road situation, yeah.
In the centre of Birmingham, the biker paramedics have a rare break in their 12-hour shift, and they're taking the opportunity to grab some lunch.
Steve's buying lunch, so there's an expensive sandwich shop round here.
It's very expensive.
And as he's got no mortgage, he's offered to buy lunch, which done decent.
I don't remember offering.
I would suggest that the diet for a lot of the emergency services is quite poor with shift work. So you grab what you can when you can. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Oh, these amazing sandwiches and cakes.
Sandwiches are great. They're lovely, aren't they?
It takes a lot of hard work to get figures like this, you know, and we've got to keep it up after so many years of working hard. If I have one of each, do I get discount? No, that's fair enough then. I'll have the chocolate, please.
I'll buy you a pudding.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you, bye.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Right, there's not much left, I'm afraid. He's had it all.
The biker paramedics are so busy, answering up to 20 calls per day, that they rarely get a chance to finish their lunch. And today is no exception. A 999 call is coming in. A teenager is having a seizure. He's collapsed in the aisle of a supermarket 2 miles away. Once on the open road, Steve can hit the throttle. The 2-mile journey takes him just 3 minutes. Steve arrives just after an ambulance crew. He's the highest-ranking medic there and takes charge.
Okay, Steve. Hiya.
16-year-old Mark was shopping with his mum and suddenly crashed to the floor.
Just gonna do your temperature, all right. So that's 99, heart rate 74, temperature 36.8.
Steve's first concern is to find out Mark's history, to try to work out the cause of the seizure.
Last fit was about 5 weeks ago, but he does have regular fits, and when he tends to have one fit, he can sometimes have 3 fits in a row.
Okay.
This time he's only had one.
You've just had the one up to now?
Up to now. Me complained of pain,
yep.
And then it just went down,
yeah.
And it sort of blanked out.
Mm-hmm. So what you saw earlier, that's nothing different about this particular time?
He can be walking 1 minute and talking the next.
Mark has a history of multiple seizures, so Steve's keen to get him into an ambulance where they can give him drugs to control any more fits.
How you doing, mate? All right. You hurt yourself? What? No? No pains? Nothing different? Okay.
It will also give Steve a chance to run some more tests.
What we're going to do, Mark, we're going to get our bed in, pop you on the bed, and we can get you off the floor, pop you in the ambulance, and it's locked, it's away, it's private, there's nobody looking at you, and then we can do some tests and that, all right, and see how you feel. Does he have convulsions?
No, it just
it's like an absence.
Yes, yeah. Similar to going into coma, there's no response or nothing.
Yeah. And how long does that last normally?
Sometimes it's been like 5 minutes, but the one now today was just a couple of seconds.
Okay.
It was the quickest one.
All right.
Okay, can we try sitting up there?
Nice and gentle.
The causes of epilepsy are not fully understood. Childhood infections are one possibility. Mark's mum thinks this might be what triggered his condition.
I mean, when he was about 3 months, he had whoop cough, so we just wonder if that's brought these on now. It's very disturbing because when he has them, it's like he's in a coma, there's no response from him. You know, so we're very worried every time he has it. We just want things right.
I'm the only paramedic on scene, so in view of this, I'm going to travel with this patient to the local hospital, and then should anything occur en route, then I can deal with it and treat it on the way. Do you suffer with anything else? Any other problems?
Epilepsy is notoriously difficult to control. With so many factors involved in the onset of the condition and so many triggers for seizures, finding the right cocktail of drugs can take years and may never be fully successful. In hospital, the doctors will try to work out what's causing his epilepsy. It's 8 o'clock on a rainy Monday morning in Birmingham. Steve's tucking into his breakfast, but he's about to have yet another meal interrupted.
212 details received, thank you. Just had reports of an RTC, supposedly between a car and a motorcycle on the Aston Expressway, one of our main routes in and out of the city. The weather is atrocious, it really is. There's heavy rain, it's strong winds. Visibility is not very good, it's not pleasant at the moment.
High winds and torrential rain are a biker's worst nightmare. Steve makes his way as fast as he dares. He reaches the incident in 3 minutes. The rush hour traffic is building up on this main route, but up ahead, Steve can see a stationary car and a damaged bike. He's first on scene. A car has piled into the back of a motorcycle, launching the rider up into the air. But on this occasion, the bikers had a very lucky escape.
I just started to really slow down. The next thing I knew, I'm staring up in the sky. I didn't even know what had happened. I just felt this huge bang, and that was the end of it. I'm lucky that I'm standing up and talking to you.
I quite agree.
She's given me a right bang. The expressway was running slow, and I've started to brake up because there was a car in front of me braking. And the next thing I knew, I'd been hit, and I was on my back. That's all I can remember. The bike's pretty smashed. I suppose really I'm lucky to be in the position I am. The bike is totally wrecked.
I think the subframe's got, but I mean, if you look where the hangers are, he's very lucky, isn't he?
He's built to bounce like us. Lucky man.
Oh, it's very lucky. Okay. Yeah. Regarding the weather, I have to say the only reason that I'm on a bike today is because I have to be. This is what I do, this is my job. There's no way that I would voluntarily choose to come out on a bike. But obviously some people, this guy, he's on his way to work. This is his transport to get to work and back. It's always quite sad to see a fellow biker having problems, being involved in an accident. This guy's very lucky. He's come out with a few bumps and bruises and a twinge. It could have been so much worse. I know this is a generalisation, but car drivers tend to ignore bikes to a certain extent. They're sat in their nice comfy seat, they're in the warm, the radio's going. They have no real appreciation of the problems two-wheelers have, and that's whether it be a bicycle or a motorcycle.
Motorcyclists are 40 times more likely to be killed on the roads than car drivers. This incident could have turned out very differently. In Essex, motorbike cop PC John Harmon is on patrol. John's covering the busy roads around the Lakeside shopping centre. His watchful eyes on the lookout for lawbreakers. The motorbike cops sit higher in the traffic than other vehicles. This gives them a huge advantage over their patrol car colleagues when it comes to spotting dangerous drivers. And John has seen something wrong with the van in front of him.
Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping. The only reason I want to talk to you is just about your windscreen. What happened?
Something from the outside, it was on the motorway.
Okay, when was that?
This week. Earlier week, booked in next week, this week.
Okay, so really no major arrangements to get repaired.
It's first call windscreen sitting.
Do you have your driving licence with you today, please? Anything on you? Any works ID? Is that? No. Nothing at all? No. Okay, is it?
Business card?
Yeah, if it's got your details on there. Well, this gentleman here, you can see we just stopped. He's got quite a nasty crack on the near side of his windscreen there, like a spidery web effect, and he's starting to go across the screen as well. That's a concern because firstly it's in the swept area of the windscreen, which is where you can't have any cracks. And secondly, bear in mind the weather at the moment. This morning it was quite frosty. Today it's warmed up again. The constant change between being hot and cold could cause those cracks to expand, and it could go right across his view.
Cracked and smashed windscreens are often ignored by drivers, but cracks in the main part of the windscreen are illegal and need to be fixed. If the crack is right in the driver's eye line, the police will take your car off the road.
What we're going to do is issue him with what we call a vehicle defect form. That gives him 14 days in which to effect and repair, provided he does that. And to be fair to the gentleman, he's already said that he's arranged for it to be replaced next week. As long as he does that within the 2 weeks we give him, then that's the end of the matter. There you go.
This man's not going to be getting a fine. And he does find some common ground with PC Harmon.
I'm a biker anyway, so...
Good man. Did you ride in today? No. I don't blame you, nor did I.
I've got a Harley and only use it in the summer.
Too much chrome to clean.
I don't need cold weather.
It's strange that we share the same surname as well.
Oh, you're Harmon and all?
I am.
There's not many of us.
Well, we've both met another one today, haven't we?
Harriet.
That's
Harmon.
right, true.
And there was a Harmon MP, it was a Harmon Lord Mayor of London not long ago, about 10, 12 years ago.
If I could just have a signature there, please. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye. He says he owns a Harley. I get the impression because of the weather's now changing, he won't be out on that again until the new year, new season next spring. But then, in fairness to him, I want to polish all that chrome and keep it nice and clean. And there is like a kind of a camaraderie-ship, if I can use that term, between us. And it's nice to stop and talk to somebody. And you find out they're another biker, and you find out where they've been, places you've been, and it just sort of cascades from there, really.
Birmingham. It's 6:30 in the evening when a call comes in. Paramedic Steve is on his way. A man's been spotted slumped in a bus shelter on Broad Street, one of the busiest routes through the city centre. With temperatures plummeting after dark, Steve must reach him fast and find out what's wrong. The rush hour traffic's clogging the streets, and in emergency situations like this, Steve can leave the tarmac behind and take to the pavement. He reaches the scene in just 3.5 minutes.
Hiya. Nobody here need ambulance? How is him? Hello there. Somebody has phoned for an emergency ambulance.
So, can I go home there?
I don't know. What's wrong with you?
No, I'll go. I'll go home, right?
Yeah. How do you feel?
I'm feeling all right.
All right. Have you had a drink?
I had a drink.
Yeah. A little drink or a big drink?
had a drink. Right?
You've had a drink, okay. Have you fallen on the floor at all?
No.
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 No? Right. Someone has phoned 999 because they're worried about you.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you can take me home then?
No, I'm not going to take you home. I'm an ambulance man who's come out for an emergency call.
So you can
Do you
take me
need...
home?
No. No. Taxis take people home, ambulances don't.
Okay.
Where have you got to go to?
I have got my...
Are all those your bags?
Yes.
It is mine.
Those aren't his?
Yeah, it is for me. Not for him.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Chap, those aren't your bags. They're his bags.
Hang on, hang on.
No, those are not your bags. They're his bags.
Who's taken all my wife?
Eh?
Who's taken all my rigor?
I don't know.
Where are all my things gone?
There are no things here. So I don't know.
Where are all the...
If you hadn't have had such a big drink, then you'd know what was happening.
And they're taken off. They're taken there, yeah?
I don't know. I can't answer that. 212, I'm with this patient. He doesn't need hospital treatment. He's intoxicated. However, he's not really safe to be left. Could I ask police to attend over?
But the man still thinks he can make it home on his own.
I can go on the bus.
Yeah, but you're not very steady, are you? What if you fall over?
You take me.
I've explained on 3-4 occasions. How am I going to take
What
you?
is the police for?
I don't know what the police is for. Where's the police?
Yeah.
Where?
Why you
I am not police.
Oh.
I am not police.
Oh, who are you then?
Ambulance.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Take me home, please.
No, I'm not taking you home. I can't take you home. I have a motorbike. You're right.
The first responder to Steve's call for help is a street steward.
Passers-by have noticed him in the bus shelter. He's very unsteady. He admits to it.
Take me home, please.
Yeah, I've explained that I can't take you home. There's no reason for him to go to hospital.
Right, okay.
He's got his wife at home waiting for him, and he said he'll pay for a taxi.
Right,
but I've got no way of getting a taxi here.
No problem, I'll sort that out.
Yeah, I mean he's fairly okay on his feet, but I was unhappy about putting him on a bus. You know,
Yeah.
and he's got the money to pay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave this with you.
Taxi for him. Hello, could I order a taxi, please? My name's Anita. I'm one of the street wardens on Broad Street. How long would it be? Oh, excellent. Thank you. 5 minutes.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Problem.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
Okay. This is not what the ambulance service is here for. This isn't part of our role. This isn't part of our job. It's not what we're here for. And it's just one more 999 call that's where the ambulance service wasn't required. The amount of calls that we get, I believe it's only about 10% of 999 calls to the ambulance service are what we would consider genuine, life-threatening A category calls, and those are the calls that we're actually here for.
It's a busy Saturday afternoon. The streets of Birmingham are crowded with shoppers. A call's coming in. Mark is needed at one of the largest stores on the edge of the city centre.
It's a job at the car park at Tesco's at 5 Ways. A bit unsure as to what's going on at the moment.
The supermarket is just over 2 miles away. Mark covers the distance in 3 minutes. The car park is a multi-storey, and Mark's been told the incident is on the 2nd floor. A lady who was waiting in the car for her daughter has had a panic attack, and she's asthmatic, a potentially lethal combination.
What's your first name, my love?
Miranda.
Miranda. OK, my name's Mark. We're going to make sure you're OK. All right.
I am really.
You seem a bit short of breath to me. So, is it purely from what's gone on in the car?
Because I panicked.
Right, OK.
The windows are locked and I couldn't get any air.
Yeah, right, OK. Let's pop this on your finger. We're going to have a little listen to your chest. And I think, by the sounds of it, we're going to be giving you a nebuliser as well. Because you sound a bit...
I don't need it.
I think you do. Oh, right, OK. You're going to be stubborn then, huh?
I'm always stubborn.
You're always stubborn. Show me a woman that isn't.
I know.
How long was you a nurse for?
Only 50 years.
Only 50? Part-time then?
That made me 25.
Well, your oxygen saturation's a bit on the low side at the moment, yeah?
Normal blood oxygen levels should be 98 or 99%. Miranda's is down to 83. Anything below 85 is a serious problem.
Right, gonna have a little listen to your chest, all right? So apart from asthma, do you suffer with anything else?
I have blood pressure.
OK.
But that's controlled.
OK. Take some deep breaths for me, please. In and out.
Mark checks for any rasping or crackling in Miranda's lungs.
Okay. Lean forward.
1 in 12 adults in the UK suffer from asthma. There's no cure, but symptoms can be controlled by inhaling drugs that ease breathing.
OK, you need a nebuliser. All right. You're wheezing away there. How young are you?
Only 75.
Only 75.
That's all.
That's all, no. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to start you on the nebuliser. We will be putting you on the back of the ambulance while we continue the treatment. We'll see how you respond to the nebuliser. No. What we're going to do is continue with the treatment. We're going to continue with the treatment on the ambulance. We'll see how you respond to the nebuliser, and we'll take it from there.
Believe me,
all right.
All right after that.
I know.
If Mark's not going to take any excuses, her daughter's definitely not.
Excuse me, give her the nebulizer.
Yeah, she's having it, don't worry.
I'll be okay.
Let's pop this on you. Watch your glasses. OK, there we go. OK. Can I just pop that down there? I don't want you to talk. I just want you to keep taking that in. All right. How's that breathing feeling now? Yeah. You know, if we fix you, we charge you double. Is that all right?
That's okay.
That's okay?
As long as I live.
Yeah. I think you'll live today. OK. You just sit tight then. This is not saying you're going to hospital, but we're going to pop you onto that bed, wheel you down to the ambulance. We're going to do some more checks and give chance for this nebuliser to work. All right? OK.
I'm very proud of you guys.
Oh, well, we do our best, my love. We do our best.
My 50 years of labour has not gone in vain.
Yeah, no. She's going to go on the bed. She's going to go on the bed.
I can walk, yeah.
You go on the bed. You look taller in the car. Nice and steady. That's it. I'll see you down at the ambulance, Miranda, all right?
It's all smiles now, but it's been a worrying episode for Miranda's daughter.
I came to the supermarket and she told me to please lock the doors so she's safe inside. But when I went inside, I don't know if she couldn't breathe properly or she was too warm, but she couldn't open the car door. She panicked. So she was beeping the horn and banging on the window. So someone must have called the ambulance and they called me on the loudspeaker. So she's a lot better now. Good sense of humour, but I wish she'd do what they say.
And it's a first for Mark.
I've never been out to anybody that's been locked in a vehicle before. Obviously, she would have been able to open the door. I think it's the fact that it's not her car, she wasn't familiar with it, and she's just panicked. Obviously, it's not advisable to lock anybody in the car, or if you're going to do so purely for security reasons, I think they need to be aware of how to open the door. But all's well that ends well. She's recovered, so yeah, turned out a good job. Do you want to grab a wing? Yes. Come on then.
Miranda decided not to go to hospital,
right,
but had a gallant escort to take her back to her daughter's car.
You sure you're all right?
I'm fine.
Jolly good.
Christine had broken her nose, and when she hit her head, she also broke 2 of her teeth, which have had to be removed. Mark spent the day in hospital having various tests done, and has since made several visits to epilepsy clinics. But doctors have yet to find any cause for his seizures. And Miranda made a full recovery and no longer stays locked in the car while her daughter's shopping. Britain, 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They're a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
I'm frightened.
No need. Which leg is it that's hurting?
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, Mark's call to a major accident. We meet the volunteer bikers making a world of difference.
We'll save someone's life or help someone make a crucial decision.
And Essex bike cops lay down the law.
You will do it, now.
Birmingham. A gloomy, rainy day. The biker paramedics are on standby.
We've received a 999 call to a tower block. It's a regular place we go to report of a male having taken an overdose.
On duty, Mark Hayes. The Birmingham biker paramedics race to any emergency within an 8-mile radius of the city centre on their Yamaha FJR 1300s, top speed 145. They carry everything a traditional ambulance carries and are trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. It's a 2-mile dash across the city to the emergency call. Mark takes just 4 minutes to get there. Unlike a traditional ambulance, he doesn't have to wait for the barrier. He just takes to the pavement.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a mess.
What's the problem?
What it is, I've taken a few too many pills tonight.
30?
I don't know about that many, like I've had a few, but I'm feeling a bit, you know, a bit over the board. Like.
When did you take them?
About 3 hours ago.
We didn't know.
The man says he's taken 30 tablets of dihydrocodone, a powerful painkiller. A high enough dose would put him into a coma and stop him breathing.
Okay.
Well,
have you vomited at all?
Felt sick.
Yeah, I've been sick as well.
Right, how long after taking the tablets were you sick?
About 10 minutes.
And in that vomit, did you notice any of the pills in the vomit?
No, no.
Right, how much alcohol have you had?
Drank a whole bottle of cider.
2 pints or 3 today.
So, whose tablets are these then?
Don't know. I found them. Like.
You found them?
Yeah. So I don't know what they are. You know.
Okay. Well, you're going to have...
Did one.
You're going to have to go to hospital, you do realise, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Those
well,
are...
I'm all right, man.
Yeah, those are quite strong painkillers. Yeah. So we need to get you assessed, don't we?
Yeah.
You might not think.
We'll do it then.
Don't do that.
I've been like a what, man?
Who?
Who's been cheeky?
Who's been cheeky?
You been cheeky?
I'm here to help you, mate.
We're asking you for help or something.
We've been called here because you've taken an overdose.
Not by me, mate.
Listen.
Don't take me then.
Listen, nobody's taking the mick out.
Take me then.
Oi, listen, mate. I'm here to help you. There's no need to be aggressive.
I'm going to be aggressive.
There's no need to. I'm here to help you.
Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried, mate.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm here to help you. There's no need to be like.
I have a reason to take the off you.
I'm here to help you.
Off then.
Just listen to what I've got to...
Night.
I said I'll come with you.
Just I'm normal, mate. You get me?
201. Yeah, can we ask police for immediate response, please? This gentleman's been aggressive and abusive. He's taken an overdose. He's been quite threatening. Received. Just about to start some observations. Next minute, he's been aggressive. But this is typical of what we face on a daily basis. You're going to calm down then, yeah? You're going to be nice then, yeah? All right, don't look so worried, yeah?
I'm not worried, man. I'm watching you, man. What are you doing?
I could do with taking a spot of blood out the end of your finger.
Something wrong with me, or?
I haven't got to prove anything. All I want to do is make sure you're okay. All right. Do you mind which finger I take the blood out of?
I didn't look for help.
That one if you can.
No.
Sharp scratch, 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Your blood sugar's fine. You need to go to hospital. Yeah. Are you going to go to hospital with us?
I'll come with you.
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah, come on.
Promise me you'll
You
behave.
go with him, Jason.
Promise me you'll behave.
Yeah, I will.
Right. Sit tight then and we'll sort out some transport.
Not very well.
No, I've got a fever and I've
got a fever?
overdose, yeah.
Okay, you understand that these guys are here to help you?
Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. Now, ideally, I don't want these getting hurt and I don't want you getting hurt. You understand that?
Yeah, I know.
We've got an ambulance coming, okay? We're going to be taking you to hospital.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
I want me to come.
All right,
I know that,
Have
yeah.
you got the gentleman's details, everything that you need?
Yeah.
You're happy with that? All right. Yeah. Get it set again.
Thank you. Is the vehicle just pulling up?
What are you going to nick before?
I ain't nicking you, Chief. I'm making sure you're all right.
I'm all right.
That's all right. I don't want you getting upset. That's what I'm here for. Let's go.
You still getting upset?
I would suggest that probably 30 of those tablets, 3 hours prior to our arrival, with a couple of litres of cider, I don't really think he would have been sat up talking to us. Any minute now, he's going to lunge for us. We're going to end up on the floor. It was as if he just wanted a fight. He wanted to be argumentative. This is what we have to put up with. And at the end of the day, we're in a caring profession. We don't get paid to be abused, spat, punched. And it's a sad time we live in.
Birmingham city centre. A call's just come in. A 90-year-old woman has been found on the floor of her home. On duty, biker paramedic Steve Harris. It's a 2.5-mile sprint across town. Five minutes later, Steve's arrived. He's the first on scene.
Hello, Helen.
Helen lives alone, and her family and friends were worried when she didn't answer the door.
Nobody could get in. The key was still on the inside of the door, and they were trying to get in through the back way. So our son smashed the glass in the back door to get into her, and when he got into her, he found her lying on the floor where she'd obviously been there all night. She was very confused.
But you haven't hurt yourself? No aches and pains?
She's been here all night.
Okay. Was she in this position, or have you sort of moved
well,
her?
she was more or less like that, just put the cushions
She's
there.
trying to make us get her up. We're
Right.
very confused.
Okay.
So, yeah.
She's had a bad back for about nearly 2 weeks now. Back's been bad.
Right, sweetheart. We'll do some little tests on you, and if you're all right, we'll get you up off this floor, get you a bit more comfortable. I just need to check 1 or 2 things. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
If Helen has been on the floor all night, there's a risk of hypothermia, where the core body temperature dangerously plummets.
Taking the tablets on an empty stomach, really.
And if she hasn't eaten, a drop in blood sugars could have made her faint. Steve needs to do a simple blood test.
Give us your hand, sweetheart. Tiny spot of blood out your finger. Is that all right? No. Well done. What I'd like to do is to get Helen up off the floor. Where's that?
Fellow paramedic Mark steps in to help Steve get Helen safely into a chair.
Should we get you off this floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Is that a bit more comfy? Is that more comfortable?
Yeah, oh, very much so, really, thanks.
When we picked you up then, did you hurt anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah? No?
I was complaining.
But you weren't hurting? No pains anywhere?
No.
Did you go to bed last night? You did? And who got you up? Or did you get yourself up?
All the gypsies.
All the gypsies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Confusion and slurred speech are classic signs of hypothermia, a condition which is thought to claim 30,000 lives every year.
We want to take you down to see the doctor. We'll pop you in the ambulance just to get you checked out and make sure everything's all right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No, you don't need sandwiches.
Don't cause any trouble, Helen. I don't you like.
What we're going to do, sweetheart, we're going to pick you up and we've got a little wheelchair here and we're going to sit you on that and then wrap you up in a blanket. 1, 2...
In cold weather, every time the temperature drops 1 degree below average, the lives of 8,000 elderly people in the UK are at risk. And it's set to be another cold winter.
Certainly within the elderly population, they're very often worried about turning the heating on because of costs, and we know the bills are expensive, but they need to put the heating on. They need to keep warm. They need warm drinks. It's just a matter of keeping their temperature up. If their core temperature has dropped, it's not enough to just wrap a blanket around them and expect that the temperature will rise. They need to be looked after properly, they may need fluids, and they need to be warmed up over a considerable period of time.
Essex, early morning. PC Steve Clements is on duty. Today, Clem is part of Operation Christmas, targeting motorists around the Christmas shopping hotspot, Lakeside Retail Park. His eagle eyes are on the lookout for speeders, mobile phone users, and non-roadworthy vehicles, which may be endangering law-abiding drivers on the roads. And on a roundabout, his eyes are drawn to one car. Clem waits until the car is at a safe point and hits the lights.
I require you to stop. I require you to stop, that's why my lights are on. Okay. Yeah, if you go into there. The reason I've stopped you is two things. One, you've got tinted windows, which are illegal, and your number plate's illegal. Okay?
And I land the tins?
No, they have to come off. You can get a £6 fine and endorsement for that.
Tinted windows reduce visibility for the driver. They're fine at the rear, but tints on the front side windows and the windscreen are illegal. And something else has also caught Clem's attention.
Do you use drugs at all?
No.
You don't use cannabis or anything like that?
No.
No at all? You've not smoked it recently?
No.
Anyone smoked it in your car?
No.
There's a possibility of it being in your car?
No.
Okay. Your car stinks of cannabis.
The driver tells Clem that there's been someone else driving his car who may have been smoking cannabis. Clem's suspicions are aroused. He checks the driver's details with the police national computer.
Have you got any convictions that you know to on the police? Have you got any convictions? Have you ever been arrested by the police and convicted? Right, okay, and what else? What's the specifics of the offence of cannabis? Was it just possession?
It was in my bedroom.
So what I'm saying is you have a connection to cannabis. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
But I can smell it anyway, so we're going to have a quick search around your vehicle. Right, I'm going to search it under the Misuse of Drugs Act, okay?
PC Mick Wills has arrived to back up Clem.
You stay with my colleague here and I'll have a look around your car. Have you got anything on yourself either? Because there is, you give it up before we start. Okay? All right, let's have a quick look around in.
Clem knows all the usual hiding places.
Do you have a lot of problems with the fuses on this car? Do you have a problem with the fuses on this car? They go a lot.
Yeah.
I just heard there's a lot of damage to your fuse box.
Is there?
Yeah.
What do you mean damage?
Constantly open it. It's a nice little hiding place for cannabis. It's far more excessive than normal use for a car. Is this your jacket?
Yeah.
With the doors getting open, it is getting faint to the smell, so it does sound what you've said. I can't find anything today.
But there's no cannabis in this car, and Clem's ready to let this man go shopping.
Just here. Right, that's me. I've just searched the car in the section, the Misuse of Drugs Act. You know, I haven't found anything, but I'm PC Clements, and that's from my motorcycle unit of Essex Police. Okay, so this will be a record I've stopped you today. So if you keep that one,
What's that?
this is a fine for the index plates, and you're getting a warning for your tints.
Well, I want something for searched. I want something, you just search my car, I want something to prove it, because if I go down the road now and another police stops me, I want a paper to prove it.
Right.
So I would wait for you.
Okay.
I want it.
I'll send it to you. You've got to request it now, you can request it in 12 months.
I want it now.
Okay.
You just search my car,
yeah,
and you're not giving me no proof, you search my car now.
Okay.
So how do I know you didn't put something in my car, go down the road and I get searched again? I don't know that, do I?
Perfectly right. While you're doing that, okay. No, perfectly right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right. While we're doing that, can you take the tints off the front windows for me, please?
I can't.
You will do it now. Okay. Take the tints off the front two windows, yeah, while I get the paperwork for you for the search.
So you have got it then?
No, I'm going to get someone to bring it down. Yeah, have you got one? Yeah, I'm going to... Right, you take the tint off now, okay? Otherwise I'm going to issue you with a prohibition for it, okay? And I'll prohibit this vehicle...
Take it off?
Just peel it off. It's sticky about plastic.
Peel it off.
You can peel it off. I've done this plenty of times.
I don't mind you peeling it off.
No,
I can't peel it off.
It's your car, I'm not going to damage it.
I can't peel it off.
Why? Is it not your vehicle?
Of course it's my vehicle.
So why can't you take the tint off then?
Why can't I just go wayside?
No, why can't you take the tint off? You need to take the tint off, okay? Mick, could you ask them to bring the tint man down? And have you got another clamp? You still got the clamp? Yeah.
I'm just going to do the window.
Okay. I'll fill the search paperwork out. Just see if they're using it. Yeah, I didn't have it. My colleague just had one.
But the man has more to say.
I asked if I could have it, and then now you're trying to say, well, take my tints off.
I didn't have this.
You
I didn't have this
warning for the tints, so warning.
No, for
so
the
now
weapon.
I'm going to go home and do it in my own time.
No,
now.
you're doing it now.
But it don't make sense. You just issue more warning just because I asked to have a paper because you searched my car. You decide to go and take your tints off.
Right.
Why?
But you're going to be here for a while I fill this out, so you can take the tints off.
Why?
You will take the tints off.
I can't take them off.
It just peels off.
This window don't open. How am I going to take this one off?
It just peels off. All right, you'll take it off.
Window don't open. You can't take them off.
Take the other one off then. Take the other one off then. Go and start taking that off.
You can't, they don't come off. I don't know how to do it. It's professionally done. I don't know, I ain't done it before.
Okay. So, you going to peel it off?
I can't peel it off.
Okay.
I don't know how to peel it off.
That's okay. Right, what happens now is, because the tint's going to stay on, we test the level. I've got a machine coming out to test the level of it. Depending on the level, depends on what the fine's going to be, okay? If it's under a certain percentage, yeah, it'll be a £60 fine and 3 points to your licence for driving the vehicle in a dangerous condition, okay? Or if you take it off in the meantime.
Just the front ones?
Yeah, they're all okay. You just can't have it on the front ones. Or you take it off in the meantime.
They don't come off.
I'm not allowed, because obviously how this gentleman's behaving, I have to protect myself, is that he can go away and say, I damaged his windows when I showed him how to take it off, yeah? All right? So if we can get that tint off of that side, I'll give you a VDRS for this side. All right, so we get it sorted.
Once it becomes clear that the only way this couple are going to get to the shops is by removing the tints, the man's girlfriend decides to help out.
He's got screwdrivers in the boot. You just need to start it. You just need to start it. Sorry?
I will do it.
Not be rude, but this lady seems a little bit more non-biased between. She can listen to what I'm saying, right? If you let, I'll speak to her. If we can take this one off, yeah, I can issue a VDRS to get the other one fixed, right?
Okay.
Okay, but we need to at least show me that you're going to take one off. I'll give you a VDRS for the other side, which is a vehicle defect report, which means you take it off and then take it to an MOT and they'll sign it and say, yes, you've done it. And there won't be any prosecution on that.
So if I take that off, I can go?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
And you don't get points.
I'm going to take it off.
Well, you
Finally, after 45 minutes and the threat of clamping, points and a hefty fine, the penny finally drops.
if you stop just there, you see the difference in it?
Yeah.
That's letting 70% of light in. Yeah? It's okay, it's the available light we got today, it's quite good, but as soon as it's night time, yeah, it's not. And that's what that is the maximum it can be tinted to, that there. There you go, thank you. I'll take that boy, get rid of it. So, get the tin taken off, and that'll be it. All right then. Okay. I think he was just a bit upset because he's on his way shopping and he gets stopped by the police. He everyone thinks that they've got the right to do what they like. However, we've got to comply with personal law.
I think it's a big waste of time. Come lakeside to do some shopping, and just made off kill one of my tints, not even both of them. And I'm just pissed off really. I've got to take it off, or it's just going to be more problems for me. I already wasted an hour or something of my time just for one tin.
It takes a lot to sort of wind me up with the public. Yeah, it's hard to explain. There is an old adage: you can accuse a man of murder, but tell him his driving's bad, and he'll kick off.
The life of a motorbike cop is a stressful one. Taking time out is essential, so Clem is doing just that.
Today I'm doing some my dive leader training for a BZAC, which is the British Sub-Aqua Club, and this is how I relax. I was asked, is it all to do with adrenaline? Is that what it is? I'm an adrenaline junkie because I ride a motorbike and I do diving. But I sort of thought about it and I think, no, it's not that, it's thinking. You can't dive without thinking. If you stop thinking about what you're doing, checking your depth, your gauge, your air and stuff like that, you're going to put yourself in danger. And it's the same with a motorbike. If you stop thinking when you're on a motorbike, that's when things go wrong. I started about 5 years ago with this club. Because it's a club, yeah, we have a social life as well. It's not just diving. And this is where you get to relax. Yeah, I'm not a policeman here. No. Yeah, we're just all divers together, enjoying ourselves. And once we're in the water, our lives depend on each other. It's a lot of preparation for a short period of time. A bit like motorbike, really, because you spend all that time getting all your kit on. That's why you only do a short journey, but you have to put it on, otherwise it hurts. So you can spend ages putting this on and spend less time in the water. Policing is stressful, yeah, for anybody, and this is a breakaway from it. It's doing something different, and so that's how you cope. I cope with stress, is I do something else that's stressful. I enjoy it, mate.
Outdoor swimming in the UK in the middle of November might not be everybody's idea of fun. But at the bottom of this lake in Cambridgeshire, there's plenty for Clem to look at. Birmingham, and Mark's taking a break in the city centre when he receives his next job, but it's not from control.
A member of the public's come up and told us that just round the corner outside a public house there's a male flat on his back and somebody's rang for ambulance, so we're going to go and investigate. Thank you.
Mark's on scene in seconds.
How we doing, mate? You talk to me? Yeah.
The man's out cold outside a pub. He's unresponsive, and right now, Mark's not sure what's wrong with him. There's a lot of blood coming from his head, and he could also have been drinking.
Has he spoke to you? How we doing, chap? Who saw him come out?
Me, I did.
Was he staggering when he come out?
She doesn't know nothing. He staggered backwards, and then as he staggered backwards, his foot went right back
and he fell backwards. Come take his head, Steve, would you? Keep your head still. Keep your head still.
Fellow biker paramedic Steve has arrived from base to help.
If you just secure his head for us. He's intoxicated. Was you drinking with him?
No.
No.
I've been in there myself all day, so I know. He's had a lot.
Eyes out and blinking. I'm talking to him, but he's not replying.
If the man's hit the back of his head as he's fallen, he could have damaged his neck or spine. He needs to get to hospital as soon as possible.
Have we got a vehicle at all, please? We've got an intoxicated male with a head injury who needs collar and boarding. He's got a little bit of a jagged wound. I'm not overly concerned about the head injury at this stage. Obviously, once he's in the warm, on the back of the ambo, we'll have a proper look.
Mark's got a very basic test to run to check the man's consciousness.
Open your eyes for me, mate. Open your eyes. Hello, all right, good man, good man. Well done. You can go back to sleep now. I've just checked his observations. His blood pressure's a bit increased. He's obviously nodded off to sleep, so we've just done a bit of painful stimuli just to double check that he still responds. So we just give it a little pinch to the earlobe. Straight away he opened his eyes, moved his arms, so I'm happy at that. So we're literally just going to leave him as he is now until the ambulance gets here. Because we can't clear the C-spine, we're going to do the full Monty. Collar board, if you don't mind. OK, so we're going to go on 3 then, yeah? When everybody's ready, 1, 2, 3.
Mark and Steve need to keep his head immobilised in case of neck injuries.
Just get the collar.
I don't forget.
All right, keep still, mate. All right, nice and still. Don't worry, mate.
Where are we going?
We're going to take you to hospital, mate. With straps first, please. Got it.
Where are we going?
We're going to hospital. Popping you to hospital. 1, 2, 3.
What are you doing?
Taking you to hospital, mate. Thank you.
I don't know.
It's the ambulance service, we're not police. Yeah? We're just making sure you're all right. You've had a bit of a tumble.
I've got hold of my spin.
Keep your arms down, mate.
Are you allergic to anything?
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
Before you do that, are you allergic to anything?
Ma'am, I'm going to kill him, ma'am.
I could safely say almost every single day of my working life, there's a job that involves alcohol in one way or another. Fortunately, alcohol, I mean, totally avoidable. Don't need to drink to in excess. It needn't have happened.
Are you allergic to anything, mate? Are you allergic to anything? It's really important you tell us if you are allergic to something. We don't want to give you any medication that you're going to get sick from.
You love me. You love me what?
Do I love you? I don't know you, mate.
You love me.
I don't know you.
I'll shut the back up and leave you to it. All right. OK.
Are you allergic to anything?
Massive implications on the NHS and members of the public, because at the end of the day, we're here dealing with a drink-related incident, and there's jobs out there that need attending to, and at busy times of the year, which is, you know, fastly approaching. We've got winter pressure coming, so the workload increases dramatically. But you know, we can't magically pull ambulances and responders, paramedics out of a magic hat. You know, we still have to cope with that demand.
Are you allergic to anything?
A huge number of call-outs for the paramedics involve people under the influence of alcohol, and it's affected Mark's own drinking habits.
I've got to be honest, it puts me off drinking, seeing the state people are in, you know. I could tell you, I went out to a professional person who was a partner in a business, and it was this time last year. He was intoxicated, he'd vomited, he'd wet himself, and then he wanted to fight us. I mean, this is an intelligent person that's got a business, and alcohol has resorted him to a vomit-plastered, violent person. If that's what drink does to you, me personally, I don't drink to excess. Very, very rarely that I'll drink.
A patient's story doesn't end with them being put in an ambulance and taken to hospital. Even on the operating table, there can be more emergencies. When a hospital runs out of blood or needs specialist surgical equipment to save a life, they call in the blood bikes. Some ambulance services ferry blood, but they're swamped with call-outs. Britain's blood bikes are a rapid response lifeline. Around the clock, the bikers crisscross the country, rushing urgent supplies, lab results and medical equipment to wherever they're needed.
One of the most urgent jobs I've actually had to take is a request to pick up some surgical equipment from one of the children's hospitals, take it to another one, and as I walked through the door, they grabbed it off of me and basically said, "Great, we need this." The poor little baby is actually on the operating table, ready and waiting.
Mel Rowbottom is one of the Bristol blood bikers. The blood biker service is entirely voluntary, and accountant Mel gives up one weekend a month to work around the clock in any weather, rushing critical medical supplies from hospital to hospital.
So, where am I going from?
Her first call out today is to a children's ward.
Neonatal St Michael's pick up syringes, medical equipment to go to...
The bikers don't have a central HQ, but work from their own homes. They ride BMW R1200 RTs, the same bikes as the Essex cops, complete with blue lights and sirens. The journey to St Michael's Hospital takes Mel from her home in the suburbs, right into the heart of Bristol. The bikes can cut through the traffic faster than any car or van, essential when delivering urgent blood.
This is St Michael's Hospital, so we're going to go in now and find out where the antenatal is and actually go up and actually collect the equipment that we need to take with us down to Bath.
The equipment that Mel is here to pick up is needed to treat premature babies.
These are the syringes that we had to pick up.
But while Mel was inside, she's received a priority job, which she can do on the way to the neonatal unit.
Text me to say I've got an urgent job. What I've got to do is go and meet our Severn three-wheelers, which is the other guys up the north of the patch. Do a pick-up from them, which needs to go to Frenchay, which is local. And then once we finish Frenchay, we can then go on and go over to Bath to complete the non-urgent job.
Blood samples have been taken from a patient in Gloucester, and they need to be rushed to a pathology lab. Frenchay Hospital on the outskirts of Bristol is home to a specialist rapid diagnosis lab, which supports their trauma centre. The results of the blood tests could mean the patient in Gloucester getting the correct treatment just in the nick of time. This one's a relay job. The blood's been picked up by Jeff Brown from the Gloucester Blood Bikers.
Okay, sample for Frenchay.
Frenchay, lovely, okay.
Mel will take it on to its Bristol destination. Nationwide, there are 10 blood bike organisations. Between them, they operate a crucial service, which not only saves lives, but saves the NHS hundreds of thousands of pounds every year. Civil servant Jeff Brown has been working for the blood bikers for 3 years.
We carry mainly blood samples, we carry whole blood, x-rays, hospital equipment. But we're running about 250 jobs a month, and we have 3 bikes on the road all year round. If we weren't providing this service, the NHS would be using taxis. You know, I see it as well, perhaps it's an extra nurse, another piece of hospital equipment, which can only help improve the NHS. And it's the opportunity to put something back into society.
Mel has arrived at Frenchay Hospital and is making her deliveries. It's been a long day. One job turned into 4, and she's not finished yet.
You never know, and that's the whole point with this. You could have 60 calls across a weekend, which means you're on the road permanently, or you could have 2 in the morning, 2 late evening. You're here, you're on call, you commit your time. You just have to be prepared for whatever's going to be on the end of the phone. Just delivering a package, come down from 7 three-wheelers for you. Thank you. It's all rewarding. Obviously, at the end of the day, we'll save someone's life or help someone make a crucial decision.
Essex, Biker Cops HQ, and PC John Harmon is getting ready to go on patrol. It's a freezing morning, the sort of icy conditions which would keep most motorcyclists at home. But it won't stop this biker cop from keeping the county's roads safe. Dangers on the road come in all shapes and sizes. And keeping drivers out of trouble doesn't just mean tickets and tellings off. John's come across a car limping along in the live lane of the A13, one of the busiest and deadliest highways in Essex. The driver's got a puncture, but instead of waiting for a recovery vehicle, this knight of the road steps in to the rescue. Further down the road, a lorry has shed some turf which could be a danger. John gets his hands dirty again. John doesn't always find the problems. Sometimes they come to him. On the A13, the traffic is moving at a steady 70. John leaves the minimum braking distance between him and the car in front. But someone decides to barge in. Perhaps not the wisest of moves to cut up a biker cop.
Driver, you turn left of the roundabout, straight down, you come to the split road on the left and takes you into services. Yeah. I'll speak to there, please. Thank you. Thank you for stopping. What's the speed limit on the dual carriageway, please?
On the A13, yeah?
Yeah.
70.
Okay, so if I'm doing 70, why are you overtaking me?
What you were doing just under 70?
No, I'm doing 70, you come past me, and then you forced your way in between me and the black car in front. Those signs there saying the road narrows are about 800 yards back.
Yes, they are.
So why'd you do it? I'm not being rude to you, but at the end of the day, since the 1st of April this year, we've had 19 people on that road who've either lost their lives or been seriously injured in road accidents. Then I've got you overtaking me when I'm already doing 70, you're coming in front of me, you're leaving less than a bonnet's length of distance between you and the black car in front at 70 miles an hour. What we don't want is you to become a statistic.
No, granted.
All right? So,
all honesty, as it was approaching the road narrowing, I saw you. I knew I was too close. At that point, wasn't a huge amount I could do about it. But I'm not surprised we're having this conversation. So I apologise.
Okay, but all we're trying to get across to you is that we don't want you to end up as another statistic.
No, or you.
I appreciate you've got things in your mind, work-wise, etc. But at the end of the day, please be a little bit more thoughtful of what you're doing.
No, of course, I'm sorry.
Because that road does take lives.
It does, I understand.
A stern warning should do the trick. It's this type of driver education which has helped the biker cops cut the number of deaths and serious injuries in Essex by a third.
Van overturned, person strapped, Medicom route officer.
Biker paramedic Mark Hayes has been called to a serious crash. Sprinting through Birmingham's rush hour traffic, he expects the worst. As he gets onto an empty dual carriageway, he hits the throttle. Five minutes later, he arrives at a scene of devastation, crawling with emergency services. Two vans have collided, and one of them is on its side.
How are we doing? What's the story?
The driver's trapped. Firemen are cutting him out. Mark's expecting serious injuries. But there's a surprise.
Yeah.
Don't be walking about, chap. Nice and still.
I want to know if that guy's all right.
Just keep still.
All right.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph, you got any pain in your neck at all? Don't move. Any pain in the centre of your neck?
No.
Any pain down your back at all?
Just on my right shoulder.
Right shoulder. Any pain down here?
No.
Keep still.
Astonishingly, the driver's climbed out of the van and seems okay. But Mark's worried he's in shock, and that could be masking injuries.
Was you wearing your belt?
Yes.
You was. We'll just put you in the warm and we'll have a look at you. Nice and slow. You all right?
Is the other guy all right?
Yeah, the other person's fine.
You can start some up.
I think you've been a lucky man, haven't you? You've got a bit of a sweat on there.
I think that's more fear of seeing.
Yeah. All right, just relax, nice and still. Take a deep breath for us, chap. Lovely. Okay. Any pain in your chest? Nothing at all. Pain in your tummy? Nothing at all. Good man. Can I have a little feel in your...
Yeah, you carry on.
Anything along here? No. Some feel in the joint there? Anything? Remarkably, his neck and his back's clear. There's no obvious injuries other than he's a bit shaken. He's got no other injuries, literally, the right shoulder blade.
Thank you very much for the quick response. You lot do a fine job.
Thank you, thanks the same.
I don't have a hat, I put it off to you.
All right, no worries. Okay.
Am I allowed to stand up or?
Just stay there for a bit. Just keep you in the warm, keep you sat down, you're better off like that.
I saw everything as I turned over, and that's like, it's a very scary experience, but I thank God because it's just a pain in my shoulder. My rest of my body's fine.
One lucky bunny. I mean, I've been out to numerous vehicles that have overturned and it's come through as traps, and you get there and they are walking around and the cars can be unrecognisable from the damage. You know, axles ripped off, you know, hundreds of yards down the road. But these vehicles are built to such a standard now that the safety mechanisms that are inbuilt are just marvellous, and they truly are lifesavers.
Helen, the 90-year-old lady Steve helped, spent a month in hospital, but sadly caught an infection and passed away. Her family were very grateful for Steve's hard work on the day.
We couldn't have asked for a better response or a more kind of paramedic than the paramedic who came to Mum's. She had a wonderful, wonderful funeral, and attended by many of her friends and friends who really cared for her. You must be aware that although your mother is getting very old, whether they be 90, 80, you must look after them and take care.
She was lovely. She was a lovely person. She really was.